Welcome into TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. My name is Luke Little. On camera with me today is Emily Hagee, and my partner here is not Colin Lemaire, who was with me last week. It's actually my own father, John Little, here up with me in the booth today, going to be my color commentator. We're really excited. We're hoping you guys are already here at the game. If you have a chance, come to watch. But we love that you guys are joining us online. We're getting started here with the kickoff. West Hancock Titans deferred. So they're going to kick it off here in the first, and it's underway. Here we go. Elmwood is 0-2, lost last week to Illini West, and the Titans lost to Farmington last week as that return gets up to around the 42-43-yard line.
We do have a flag down here.
Do got a flag on the play. We'll see who this is on as the offense and defense of both respective teams come out.
It looks like a possible face mask, just by observation.
We got some stats for you from last week's matchup with Farmington, and I do have some information that Gavin Grothaus will be starting for the West Hancock Titans. Took a hit last week and ended up not coming back out in the second half of the game. But some stats from last week against Farmington. Gavin Grothaus had one touchdown pass, 13 for 26 for 119 yards, one interception that resulted in a pick six, I do believe. Evan Carroll, 2 touchdown passes, 10 for 21, 106 yards. Came in the second half and played very well. Bryce Varner, the leading touchdown receiver for the Titans, 2 touchdown receptions and 64 yards. We get underway here. Elmwood snaps it. A run-heavy team. They get past the first down all the way to about the 42-yard line. And the Titans have struggled with the run defense. John, what do you think is something that they really need to do today to kind of help bolster that? Is it more penetration with the defensive line or just their linebackers trying to get into the middle?
Well, I mean, obviously you count on your defensive line to kind of make a hole for your linebackers so they can penetrate. Now in this wing T offense, there is very specific job responsibilities for each defensive player. So you have to be extremely disciplined in this defense.
That run goes for about 2 yards. Elmwood on the West Hancock Titans side of the field. The sun is going down. It's a crisp, cool, probably about 80 degrees out here today. It's pretty nice. They run the ball again, get close to the first down, but not quite. That was number 24 for the Trojans. That's going to be Lane Durst, 5'11", running back for the West Hancock Titans. Now setting up for their third down. Big stop here. They get through the line, pushing him back. A team tackle right there. Great tackle by Evan Carroll and number 44 on the West Hancock Titans. That's going to be Grayson Conkright. Great tackle. Pushes them all the way back behind around the initial line of scrimmage. Going to be 4th and 4 now.
That was a pretty positive mark for them.
They got some forward progress. It seemed like they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Big 4th down stop. They give it up the middle, and the line's just going to push all the way. Big first down. Ball's out.
It looks like the official's calling him down. He's pointing at the ground there.
They're going to say he's down, and it's going to stay with the Trojans. Excuse me if I do. If you are watching from Elmwood or Brimfield and I just call them Elmwood, I'll try to stick to the Trojans. If you guys would, please put in the comments where you guys are watching from, who you're rooting for. We're really happy to be broadcasting this game for you today. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH LJ Insurance, bringing you all West Hancock Titans sports this year. I got Chandler Dayton with me next to me, Hunter Froman, 2 of the young football up-and-comers for the West Hancock Titans. Excited to see what they can do in these coming years.
Very nice play defensively there.
Great stop. Really great tackle by the Titans. Tackling has been something they've seemed to have some trouble with here and there. That tackle is going to be by Grayson Conkright. Conkright, one of the leading running backs for the West Hancock Titans, also being very influential on the defensive side of the ball. 2nd down now for the Trojans. They hand it off up the middle, and their line is just pushing all the way within the red zone to about the 19-yard line. I got some defensive stats for you guys from last week, too. Nolan Gooding, the leading tackler for the Titans, had 7 solo, 4 tackles for loss, the 4 tackles for loss equaling 20 yards. Evan Carroll 6 solo tackles, and Jake Martins with 5 solo tackles himself. Another run up the middle. That's going to be number 2 for the Trojans, Bailey Elwell. And if I do ever mispronounce the name, please correct me in the comment section. Titans struggling right now to stop that run up the middle. Really great offensive push. They break through the line there, get hands on him, but don't get him down. That was Grayson Conkright who got through, but they're going to call a flag. Breaks the tackle, gets all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Trojans.
For now, this could possibly be an offensive, maybe illegal hands to the face by the running back. I think he grabbed his face mask here.
We'll see who this is on.
Oh,
it's going to be on the defense.
Seems to be some confusion here by the officials. They're talking about it. Yeah, it's against the offensive player. Let's wait for this signal.
Face mask on the offense, illegal hands to the face. That is what you thought it was going to be. I prematurely added 6 points for the Trojans to the scoreboard, but
you are allowed to, to stiff arm a guy, but from my vantage point, it looked like he grabbed his face mask on that defensive player.
You are allowed to keep an open palm to the face, but you cannot grab it or.
I think Gage Scott was out there trying to contain the edge there.
He ended up breaking through and moving a ways. They're moving him back a long ways here, all the way back out to the 26-yard line. 1st and 25. Mr. Whitaker doing the PA system up here. Setting in the same offense, I believe. Would you agree this is going to be the same style of offense we're going to see from them all day?
Yes, they're going to probably run this double wing offense all day long.
I was talking to some of the West Hancock Titan coaches earlier before the game started and asked them what style of offense they ran and everything like that, and they really just straight up said that this is a run-heavy team, which is the Titans. One of the Titans' biggest struggles is the run defense, so it could work really well for them. They get through the line, breaks through, great tackle. That's going to be Jacob Martins on the tackle along with Grayson Conkright getting through also. Amazing tackle to drag them back to around the line of scrimmage. They got maybe half a yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd down now for the Trojans. Setting up. They hand it off. Outside run. And they're there.
That play developed a little slow, and that allowed the Titans to penetrate the line there, make a nice tackle.
That run was by number 2, Bailey Elwell, on the Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans, and it's going to be a long 3rd down now. The 1st down marker's at about the 1-yard line, and they're sitting at the 24 right now. So a long ways for them to go. Shout out to the chain gang here in West Hancock Titans. If you guys know anything about the Titans chain gang, they really just grab whoever they want, and it's always a ton of fun. Great play by the Titans. They stay up, though, and great tackle right there by number 63 on the West Hancock Titans. That's Kyle Smith on the tackle, number 62.
That was great pursuit on the Titans defense.
Charlie,
they hung in there and made a great tackle behind the line.
Yeah, Charlie Dayton, on the tackle. Really great job wrapping up. And Coach Coy Dorothy is very excited with his team's performance as of right now. It's going to be a huge 4th down. It's going to be 4th and 30. You just got to stop them from the end zone. Titans not really moving back that far. Their safeties are about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It's a pass.
Oh.
And his knee almost touched the ground, but they're not going to call it. And they do finally get to him. That's going to be on a tackle with Evan Carroll. The coach is wanting the refs to say he went down, but they do not get it.
Either way, it's Titans ball, turnover on downs, and we'll take it.
Yeah, Titans get the ball back. The defer at the beginning of the game works. Good job by the Titans defense. They really have struggled these past 2 games to stop the run. What is something you've noticed from the Titans in the games that you've seen so far?
Well, some of it comes down to just inexperience on the defensive line and understanding how to either hold your block or shed your block. And they just need to continue to work in Coy Dorothy's system. I think they'll improve.
Gavin Grotehouse out there at quarterback. Pass out to Gage Scott. Gets about 3-4 yards on the pass play. Gage Scott having himself a nice year so far. Had 4 receptions in their last matchup against the Farmington Farmers. Nolan Gooding, probably the name to think about in their last matchup against the Farmers. Had 6 receptions, 67 yards, and 3 rushes for 11 yards. Gavin Grotehouse looks over for Bryce Varner, doesn't find him. Interception, throw over the middle. This is going to get returned most likely as he sheds one block and all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. That's going to be another pick 6 on Gavin Grotehouse. That was number 3, JT Good, I believe, with the pick 6, and the Trojans take a early lead. The second play of the game for the Titans results in 6 points for the Trojans, not what they want to see. Now they're going for the 2-point conversion. We saw the Hayworth Hornets the other day, well, 2 weeks ago, I should say, and they're kicking some PATs, but now we're getting into that conference play, and you're not going to see a lot of the PATs or field goals and these competitions. 2-point conversion is good, and the Trojans take a 8-point lead over the Titans. Titans going to get the ball back offensively real quick after the pick 6. Gavin Grotehouse obviously upset with himself right now. Titans just looking for something to start the game off. In my conversations I've had with Coy Dorothy, and maybe a lot of you viewers have noticed, in these games, the Titans seem to start off really slow. It's something that they score maybe 6 points in the first half, and it's really the fourth quarter where they start to build up a lot. When I was talking to Coach Dorothy, he said that's not something they've been practicing. Obviously, you don't want that to happen. He wants to come out hot in this game. What do you think offensively is going to be something that they need to do if they want to come out and start this game hot? Already had the pick 6, but maybe in this possession they can get some points. What do you think they need to focus on?
Well, one thing I would say is this is a new system for a lot of these kids that have played before. We pass quite a bit in this offense, so it's going to take some time. So even when you start each game, especially early in the season like this, it's going to take them a little bit of time. But obviously Gavin needs to make a little bit better decision in that situation. But he was just, he's a ball player, so he's just trying to make a play. So we'll see how he can rebound here. Get the ball back to him, get him comfortable, get him some really nice, easy plays, and get him back in the groove.
The coach is most likely going to stick with Gavin Grotehouse, but Evan Carroll came in last game against Farmington, had himself a good outing, ended up completing 10 passes out of his 21 attempts, 126 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Had himself actually a really good job, really started to find himself in the fourth quarter, but going to stick with Gavin Grotehouse. They're going to fake it. That's Bryce Varner on the return. Sheds a couple of tackles, stays up, but ends up getting to about the 28-yard line with Hancock Titans. Solid field position just above the 25.
All right, let's see if the coach comes out here and calls a play for Gavin and just get him comfortable again. He knows what he did wrong there, and he's gonna rebound here.
As a coach, you don't really, after you have a situation like that, get the pick 6 early in the game, you don't really want to go away from him and just kind of deter him from passing the ball. But they do run it there. Don't get many yards at all, if any. That run was by number 44, Grayson Conkright. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now on this play.
You might have lost. Yeah.
Lost about a yard, yeah.
It's close. One of those half-yard deals.
Titans now on 2nd down on their 28-yard line. Shotgun formation, set back, quick pass over to the edge. That's to Nolan Gooding. Gooding sheds one,
wow.
But the ball comes out.
That's crazy.
Got lucky. The ball came out right into Evan Carroll's hands. You can't you
right,
can't
right place, right time.
right
really.
place, right time. You can't really do anything else in that situation. The pass over to Nolan Gooding, something the Titans have really looked for is the quick passes to the edge, get a few yards, break some tackles, but gets stripped on the play and falls right into Evan Carroll's hands. Crazy situation. That's a Marine Bank and Trust first down for the Titans. They're going to call a holding on the Titans. This is Caden Amon with the ball right now. It's going to be holding on the West Hancock Titans. They're going to take them back. Going to stay first down. Titans have had some penalties kind of hurt them in these past couple of games. Haven't had too many holding penalty calls, but some defensive penalty calls all over the field, really. Defensively, that's where they've struggled with their penalties. They've have had some false starts here and there, something they really need to cut back on. One of the refs having a conversation with some of the offensive linemen right now, telling them what they can and can't do, most likely.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's asking the official exactly what he did there with the hold.
It is Braxton Scott talking to the official right now. So I do believe the penalty was on him. It's going to be a long first down. It's going to be first and about 19 now for the Titans, first and 20. Shotgun formation. They're going to call a false start on the Titans. It's going to be on a guard. I believe it was number 62. That's going to be Charlie Dayton. Moved early on the play. Now it's going to be a long, even longer first down. Now first and about 15, first and about 25, excuse me.
In watching the first two games with the Titans, a lot of these dead ball penalties is what really kind of hurt them in those two games.
It's going to be long first down, still first down, setting up in shotgun formation, looking to pass. Big pass over the shoulder. Gage Scott falls, was almost caught in his hands almost, but just barely out of his reach. It seems like he almost tripped over his own feet. The ball was actually thrown very well, I thought.
Very well thrown ball.
Right over the defender's shoulders, right over the shoulders of Gage Scott. Had them beat. Good recognition of the play and where he was going to be, but just did not finish.
It's a great play early in the game because it keeps that safety honest. He's still playing 15 yards off the line here. So you want to keep that safety back.
Quick pass over to Evan Carroll. Good block by Bryce Varner. Gets a little bit of an edge, but finally tackled out of bounds. Gets to around the 32-yard line. That tackle was by number 21, Johnny Lance. It's going to be now a long third down for the Titans. It's going to be 3rd and 15, 3rd and 14. That really has been their bread and butter in their style of offense. They look long on some plays, but they really like to stick to that short, quick pass over to the edge, like right here to Gage Scott. Gage Scott going to try to beat some defenders. Pushes a little bit, gets past the 50. It's going to be close. They're going to give it to him. First down for the West Hancock Titans. Great job by Gage Scott to shed some tackles and get a few more yards.
That's an athlete right there.
That is
making a play.
Gage Scott, a multi-sport athlete for the Titans. A lot of the receivers on this team, multi-sport athletes. Corey Dorothy really kind of got a lot of these guys from the basketball team, from a lot of the different sports, and got them to come out for the football team, which has really helped them this year so far. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the Trojan side of the field. Quick blitz, quick pass over to Bryce Varner. Bryce Varner makes a cut, only gets about 4 yards on the play. Good catch by Bryce Varner, the leading receiver for the West Hancock Titans. As I said before, had 2 touchdown receptions in their last game, and I believe he had 2 before against the Hornets. Going to be 2nd and 5 now for the West Hancock Titans. Gavin Grotehouse setting up in shotgun. And that's going to be encroachment on the defense.
The flag hit our player, Gage Scott, and he was kind of curious what it was.
The Trojans have different style of offense and a unique style of defense. I should say unique style of offense and defense. Number 3, their linebacker, who is JT Good. Just blitz, it seems like, every single play. Quick pass over to Evan Carroll. Nolan Gooding with a good block. Gets a first down. A great first down. Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans. I missed one of those earlier. As we said before, that is their bread and butter. They're just looking over there for the wide receiver screen passes. Do you think that is something that they should continue to do and then just try to bomb to a deep go route every now and then, just trying to keep the safeties and the quarterback set back a long ways?
Well, what you notice right away, right from the get-go, is they're just trying to take advantage of some athletes. They've got athletes in wide receiver spots, and you try to get the ball in their hands as quick as you can, and then you keep the defense honest by throwing some deep passes here and there. You can hit a couple of those during the game.
That pass, I believe, was intended for Bryce Varner, but way over his head. Must have been some miscommunication on the route he was supposed to run. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now on the Trojans' 34-yard line, 33-yard line. Quick pass over to the edge. Gage Scott looks, and the ball was in his hands already. Gets to around the 25-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 2 now. Close to the first down marker, but not quite. Titans have their homecoming game next week against Macomb, which is going to be on a Saturday, I do believe.
Yes, I do believe it is Saturday.
So come out and watch. We love that you guys are watching online, but there's nothing like being here in person to support these teams. But it is a ton of fun for us to be able to cover these games for you. We got about 2 minutes until the end of the first quarter. 8-0 is your score. Titans set up. Quick pass over to the edge. Long pass to Nolan Gooding. Breaks one tackle. Has another defender on him, but ends up getting met by 2 or 3 defenders. It's going to be a Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans there.
He threw the ball all the big side of the field, so it was a big throw. It was in the air a little while, but Gooding made a great play after the catch.
I will say in the two games the Titans—
that was Evan Carroll, I'm sorry.
The 2 games that the Titans have had so far, they really seem to trust their receivers to break some tackles and gain those yards. It's going to be first down now, close to inside the red zone, close to the 15. Shotgun formation setting up now. They faked the handoff, but nobody was there.
The running back went to the left, and the quarterback was going to hand off to the right. So miscommunication there between the quarterback and the running back.
Could have been some miscommunication or quarterback keeper. Who knows exactly in the scenario. But it did seem like Gavin Grotehouse was confused on where the running back was. That is Grayson Conkright in the backfield, but end up losing.
If we were in the huddle, we would know
exactly what was going on, yeah. Lose about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 13 now. 4-down territory for the West Hancock Titans.
One thing I have noticed in a couple of the first 2 games is we get down here in the red zone, and I don't know if it's nerves or just the type of offense we're running, but we seem to kind of break down offensively a little bit.
That pass was to number 10, Carter Barnes. Carter Barnes had himself a touchdown reception in the last game. That was for 34 yards, right over his head on that play. It's going to be 3rd down and 14. And as you mentioned earlier, the struggles when we get into the red zone. There were a couple of times that we were close to the goal line, but ended up, because the penalties got moved back, and then it seemed like we had a better style of offense, if that's a term that you want to use.
But I'm wondering if it might be just because the field gets shorter, safety can come up a little closer.
Less room to work with is something big. This is going to be another offsides on the Trojans. That's going to move the ball up for the West Hancock Titans.
Yeah, earlier in this drive when we were in our own side of the field, they were really timing the snap and
had some really good blitzes. Yeah.
Yes, and the last couple of times I think they've changed the cadence or the count and have caught them.
It's about 3rd and 7 now. Quick pass over to the pylon, but deflected. That pass was to Nolan Gooding out there on the corner. It's going to be 4th down. Titans most likely going to go for it here. It seems like Gavin Grotehouse has his 3 guys that he really trusts with the ball. Gage Scott, Bryce Varner, and Nolan Gooding. Really, those are the guys he looks for every single time. It seems like he's favoring Nolan Gooding on a lot of these plays. Which, do you think it's necessarily a bad thing to have a go-to guy on your wide receiver depth chart, or do you think spreading the wealth is a better style?
Well, obviously you want to do both. I mean, you got to have a guy you can count on that you know is going to go up and get the ball. Like right there, you know, you're kind of hoping Gage would, you know, maybe come and make a little bit better play on the ball, but we have to remember these guys are, you know, sophomores, juniors, and seniors in high school, and they're not experienced college players or NFL players. So
the pass was to Gage Scott, just a little short. Tried to cut back and make a play on it, but didn't quite get it. It's going to be Trojan football now on around the Titans, their own 15-yard line. Titans looking to get, both teams actually looking to get their first win of the year. Elmwood falling to Illini West last week. Titans falling to the Farmington Farmers. Run up the middle, gets about 5 yards on the play. Pyle is pushing, gets a few more, about 8 yards on the play for the Trojans.
Number 24, Lane Durst on the carry. Good for about 8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Now 2nd down and a short. They get the first down at around the 30-yard line. It's going to be about the 28-yard line. As I mentioned before, we're very thankful that you guys are watching. Please put in the comments where you guys are watching from. We'd love to shout you guys out in the comment section. We got about 1 second, and there it is, into the first quarter. Titans down 8-0. Another slow start for the West Hancock Titans on this offense. What do you think are some things going into the second quarter that the Titans and also the Trojans really need to build upon or change?
Well, in the initial drive the Trojans had in the first quarter, you know, it took the Titans a little bit of time to figure out, you know, how to defend that offense. And then as they got closer to the end zone, they did kind of figure some things out defensively. Had several plays in a row for loss. I think, obviously, the Trojans, I think they just really need to stick to what they're doing. They've had great success running up the middle, whether it be the fullback or one of their wing backs that they must have some experienced linemen on the interior side, those guards and center. And they seem to be gaining quite a few yards positively, you know, when they're handing up right up the middle.
That is the end of the first quarter here in Hamilton, Illinois. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back with the second quarter of coverage. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and LJ Insurance, bringing you all West Hancock Titans sports this year.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC. I have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
Welcome back into TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titans Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Start of the second quarter, Trojans with the ball get about 2 yards on the play to around their own 30-yard line. As you mentioned before, they have a unique style of offense. It's going to be a run heavy. We've only seen them pass the ball or tried to pass the ball once, and that was when it was 4th and 30. So this run defense for the Titans that has been struggling recently really needs to pick it up here today, and they have been doing well so far, but these runs up the middle are killer. That's going to be around the first down marker, but just short by about 1 yard, but wouldn't be too surprised to see them go for this on 4th down.
Not at all. The runs up the middle by the Trojans basically turn into a rugby scrum, and obviously our interior linemen aren't quite as we'll say heavy as their interior linemen.
That run gets them about 5 yards on the play. It's going to be a first down for the Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans. Really great run, and as you said, the size differential in both of the teams really seems to be favoring the Trojans, and especially their style of offense that they're running, it being run heavy. It seems like on a lot of these plays, if you can see on the screen, the offensive line for the Trojan really goes low. They get as low as they physically can on the Titans in a lot of these, and they really just go for the ankles is one way you could put it. It's going to be a short run for the Trojans. Back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
One thing I noticed from their player roster is the 2 guards, one 6'3", over 300 pounds, it looks like. My eyes are old, so maybe it's just the high 200s, but both of those guards are in excess of 250 pounds. So
great run right there. Great blocking
just
by the Trojans, but ended up getting caught behind. That run was by number 2, Bailey Elwell, for the Trojans. A name we've been calling a lot. A name we haven't been really calling a lot is their quarterback, C.J. Ramirez. When you're running a run-heavy offense, you don't really get much recognition as a quarterback. With these different styles of run plays and really trying to figure out who to hand it off to, there's a good run by the Trojan. Gets them a first down. That's Elwell on that play, too. When you're the quarterback and you don't get much recognition, it's still difficult to manage this style of offense. Do you think quarterbacks that run a run-heavy offense, do you think they should demand more recognition and really acceptance for what they're doing?
Well, obviously in high school, you're just happy to be out there and be a starting quarterback. Usually you're dating the homecoming queen or something. So, obviously these wing tees are tough if you're a passing guy. What, you didn't like my homecoming queen comment? That's a good one.
Gain for about 2 yards. West Hancock Titans on defense trying to get a stop.
Very
Get
nice play.
behind the line of scrimmage. Gets the tackle. That's Elwell on that play also. That was number 2. It's going to be 3rd down now for the Trojans.
What is he?
Elmwood now setting up for a long 3rd and 8 here on this play. They hand it off up the middle, gets about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th down. Now that running back was number 24, Lane Durst, on the play. Good job by the Titans in these past about 3-4 plays by the Trojans to really stop them short of the line, short of the first down marker, excuse me. It's going to be about 4th and 4, 4th and 5 on this play. 2nd quarter, 8:26 to go. Big stop for the West Hancock Titans, already down 8. Setting up in their same offense. They hand it off. That's going to take an edge. Close to the first down. We'll see where they mark it, and he's going to be just short. That was number 7 on the run, Bo Windish. Just short, and that's going to be a turnover downs. West Hancock Titans football. Really great job defensively by the Titans to get the 4 and out. You would normally be saying a 3 and out, but in this scenario, 4 and out for the Trojans. Titans going to start with the ball now on their 38-yard line. Need to work offensively and get a touchdown here. Get the game back to even is their hopes. Going to have to go for a 2-point conversion to do that, though. Titans looking over to coach for the play. Gavin Grotehouse now setting up in shotgun formation. 4 receivers out, motion in the back. Quick pass over to Evan Carroll. Good block, gets about 11 yards on the play. That's a Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans. Really great block right there by Cooper Shaw, number 13, for the West Hancock Titans. It looked like when Grayson Conkright was moving in the backfield, it was going to be a running back, a screen pass for the running back, but ended up being for Evan Carroll. Really great play by the Titans there. It's going to be first down now at around the 50. Quick pass over, tipped and deflected. That pass was over to number 10, Carter Barnes, on that play. It's going to be 2nd and 10 on the 50-yard line.
73 is not on our roster here, so we can't give him any props.
Yeah, really great job defensively by number 73.
He looks extremely tall.
Looks very tall out there on the field. It's going to have active hands, most likely, which you would normally see as a basketball reference, but really great job defensively by the Trojans. Bursts right through the line. That's number 3, JT Good, on the tackle.
That was difficult. It started off with a kind of a bad snap, so
yeah, low snap for.
Wasn't able to get it into the belly as quick as he probably wanted to.
A really great job by the defense to penetrate the line. It's going to be about a 3rd and 16 now, 7:20 and counting to go here in the second quarter. Titans getting ready. Most likely going to see a pass play. They really have gone to screen passes in these long 3rd down situations, but as they do right there, over, almost intercepted. That pass was to Carter Barnes. Most likely going to go for a punt here on this. We'll see, though, as Gavin Grothaus is staying out on the field. It looks like the Titans might be going for it. Oh, he's moving off. It's going to be a punt now for the Titans.
I think, the smart play is to probably punt this down and play for field position here.
Try to pin them back within their own 30 is really what you hope for as a high school punter in this area. But
yeah, the returner's standing about the 20, 23, 24-yard line. See if we can get off a good punt here.
Grayson Conkright has had some nice punts, it seems like. Oh, they fake it, and they blocked him right in to the punter.
Yeah, I think it was a busted play. I don't think that was intended to be a fake play.
It looked, Grayson Conkright must have saw the rusher coming off the edge. Might have just wanted to make a play for himself. Didn't think he could get the punt off, which isn't necessarily a bad idea. When you think about it, if they block the punt, they can return it for a touchdown. In this case scenario, it's just a turnover on downs, but Evan Carroll blocked him, and Grayson Conkright went around him but ended up going on the side where he was shedding the block, got tackled. Going to be turnover on downs on the Titans. 6:53 to go. Trojans with the ball. They hand it off up the middle. That's number 24. Gets about 7 yards on the play. Lane Durst with the carry. Gets a gainer of about 8 yards.
One thing I noticed about the Trojans' wing T offense is it's really tight. Traditionally, when Illini West or even the Titans would run this, their wing Ts would be split a little further apart, but they're running really tight.
I think since they're so focused and not really worried about the other team thinking they're going to be a passing threat, and they're really just focusing on that running style of offense, I think their mindset might be is get as much power and legs as you can into it, as close as you can into this pile, and it's been working well for them so far. It's going to be a false start on the Trojans, going to take them back to about the 35-yard line.
Should be the 30-yard line, I think.
It is going to be around the 30.
Yeah, think wishbone, the old Texas Longhorn wishbone, but spread out just a little bit further. Like Luke was saying earlier, all the concentration, taking advantage of these big guards they have on their offensive line.
That run is up the middle. Good tackle by Jacob Martins.
It looks like
gets
the
a
ball's
little
on the ground.
loose. I don't think the ball's on the ground. It's
okay.
I think he held on to it. Ended up gaining a few yards. Jacob Martins had a nice wraparound on the legs, but ended up breaking the tackle. That run was by number 2, Bailey Elwell for the Trojans. Having himself a nice outing so far. You start to recognize some names as you commentate the games, what names you start saying a lot, and Bailey Elwell is one of them, as there's another run fighting for yards. Under 6 minutes to go here. It's going to be 3rd and short on this play, it looks like. 3rd and about 1 or 2. This is where you're going to see either a quarterback sneak or a hard push for number 8, their running back, Landon Klein. Send them back there. They do hand it off. Gets about 5-6 yards on the play, it seems like. It's going to be a first down for the Trojans. Gets to about the 10-yard line, and they are within the red zone of the Titans. It's going to be 1st and goal.
They're at the 14-yard line.
At the 14-yard line, so first down markers at the 4. Clock is running. They hand it off up the middle. That's number 24, Lane Durst on the carry.
You can see the Titan defense there. Every defensive player, all 11 guys, are within 5 yards of the offensive line.
Really setting up very compact defense and offense.
Oh,
there's going to be a penalty flag. It's going to be on the Titans, I do believe, unless he's got a holding penalty on the Trojans. But I do think it's going to be on the Titans, which is going to move them even farther. Going to call a face mask on the Titans. That's going to move them halfway to the goal line. Titans just trying to fend them off here at this point. Already down 8 points in this game.
And that's going to be a first down, of course.
First down. Ball is on the 6 or 7 yard line now. Going to be first and goal.
With the play of their offensive line, this is going to be a very difficult defensive stand for the Titans. It's not a matter of where they're going to run. It's just a matter of who they're going to hand the ball off to at this point.
You're most likely going to see it up the middle. They do see it up the middle. Really great tackle by the
nice.
Titans.
Very nice.
That handoff was to number 24, Lane Durst, I believe. But didn't get anywhere. It stopped short of the line, possibly. The ball is on the 2 yard line. I incorrectly said the 6 before. So they're even closer than we thought. They set up. They hand it off up the middle. That's Lane Durst. Touchdown, Trojans. They go up. The score is now 14 to nothing. Trojans running the ball well today. The run up the middle being their bread and butter, it seems like. Now going forward, the 2-point conversion here. Titans now just after this touchdown, they got about 4 minutes and 30 seconds until the end of this play. And they do end up getting it. They go up 16 to nothing. We got about 4:26 to play. Titans really need to get something going here. They do get the ball at the beginning of the third quarter. How important is this drive for the Titans?
Well, this is very important, knowing that they get the ball coming out of halftime. So if they can put something together here and then not leave much time on the clock, they can come out of halftime and they can just piggyback off of the momentum they can create for themselves here. So we need a good Titans need a really good kickoff return here, get some positive yardage so they can set their drive up. And just kind of get back in the rhythm that they had seen earlier. Try to eliminate some of their penalties and their pre-snap mistakes.
I do want to thank our sponsors for really the reason we are able to do this is our sponsors, LJ Insurance, bringing you all West Hancock Titans sports, Marine Bank and Trust, and TNS Farms. Quick thank you to all our sponsors. We love being able to bring you guys these games. We're very thankful for all the viewers that we have, and we'd love to do this for you guys this year. Next week, homecoming game, I believe I'll have head coach for the West Hancock Titans, Jeff Dahl, up here with me. Should be exciting. 16-0 the score. Trojans kick it off short. Picked up by, I believe, Tucker Coltenberg, number 12. Fights for a few yards, gets to around the 35. That was number 12, Tucker Coltenberg, on the return.
One thing I noticed about Tucker is he's a pretty tough runner. I've kind of watched the first 2 games. I like how he runs.
He got hit pretty hard in the Farmington game. I could be incorrect, but I believe he kind of cut his chin open a little bit. I don't know if he had to get stitches or not, but it's kind of one of those moments where everybody in the area was kind of a collective, he just got hit really hard. But he's one of those scrappy players, came back in the game, ended up helping the Titans out. That pass over to Nolan Gooden, gets about 5 yards on the play. Going to be 2nd and 5, 4:10 to go. Excuse me, good for about 8 yards. They're going to mark him a little farther forward than I thought. 2nd down, Titans working kind of quick. Quick pass over to Evan Carroll. Gets a block by Bryce Varner. Gets past the first down marker to around the 45. There's a Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans. With 4 minutes to go here in this game, is a hurry-up style of offense something you think they should go to? What I've seen in the games is that's really where they start to move the ball well, is when they get into this hurry-up style.
Well, it gives you a rhythm. If you can make a couple complete passes, with every first down, you get a stoppage of the clock, so that helps a lot.
Good cut by Bryce Varner, gets a few yards. Good tackle by number 2. That's Elwell on the tackle, but really great job by Bryce Varner on that play. It would have been a gain of about maybe 2 or 3 yards, but ended up making a really nice cut. Titans working in this hurry-up offense. They hand it off up the middle. Really great run play. Caden Amon on the carry. Gets past the 40. That's going to be a face mask. The Titans are calling for a face mask here. A really great job at changing up the play.
I really like how they brought in the speed back there and was able to create a nice hole in the offensive line for a very good positive gain.
Gets a Marine Bank and Trust first down. Going to be a face mask on the Trojans. Going to move the Titans even farther. 3:30 to go here in the second quarter. That is something really nice to have as the Titans. You have a power back like Grayson Conkright, but you also have somebody, a senior Caden Amon out there, who is one of those smaller speed back guys that you really look for. He ended up rushing for 7 times for 15 yards in their last game, but really was a really good utility piece for the Titans. There's a quick pass over to Nolan Gooding. Sheds off a tackle. Nolan Gooding gets about 8 yards on that reception. He's going to come off the field. It's going to be second and about 3 for the Titans here. Set up in shotgun formation over to Gage Scott. Gets close to the first down. Big hit. A flag on the play. Could be a holding on one of the receivers. We'll see who this is on. Holding on the offense. I do believe it was on one of the receivers out there on the edge. It's going to be second down still for the Titans.
Just under 3 minutes here.
They've worked the field really well so far. Got lucky with some penalties, but this one moving them back a ways. 10-yard penalty, now second and 13.
We'll see if Coach Dorothy can kind of mix in one of those running plays again, catch the defense.
In situations like this, as you can see on the far right edge of your screen, Nolan Gooding standing by himself. Evan Carroll now coming over. In those one-on-one situations, they really seem to trust their wide receivers. Could be something we see here on this play. Nolan Gooding coming over the middle. Big pass over to Evan Carroll on the edge. Gets it about 25, makes a cut. 20, gets tackled, and a face mask. Big first down for the Titans. Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans. Big pass. Evan Carroll excited. This is going to move the Titans even farther up the field.
Whoa.
Really good job by the Titans. I thought they were looking over the middle to Nolan Gooding, but it seemed like he dragged Evan Carroll's defender with him, and he ended up just being wide open on the edge.
We have a timeout here on the field.
It's going to be a timeout on the field. We got 2 minutes and 23 seconds to go until the end of the first half. We're going to take a break here in Hamilton, Illinois. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I told them about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you get all, this is just the best place for you and your family.
The thing I enjoy most is that we take care of a wide variety of people in our community. I see infants through teenagers and mothers and fathers, and I really enjoy that.
Welcome back to Hamilton, Illinois. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Titans got the ball first down on the 9-yard line. Going to be first and goal. Really great job on that play by Evan Carroll and recognition by Gavin Grothaus. Titans working with 2:23 left on the 9. Down 16-0. A score here would be huge for the Titans. Maybe going to see a run-heavy, different style of offense, but probably I would assume they're going to run the ball, try to get the clock down a little bit, but wouldn't be surprised to see some passing plays here.
They're still bringing that middle linebacker in every time. So
a bit of confusion by Evan Carroll, the wide receiver, had the big play earlier. Going to be a false start on the Titans. That's going to move them back to around the 14-yard line. But as we said before, when they have more room to work with, it really seems like they just find better players, open players, I should say. That's
for
the word.
This type of offense, you know, more field you have to work with, it's going to open things up for you. So when the field gets tighter, it's difficult to run the offense.
Set up, looking over, and there's another deflection by the Trojans. That was number 73 on the deflection, who we do not have on our sheet. He was the player earlier who also had the deflection on Gavin Grotehouse.
That is correct.
Getting his hands up and playing some good, solid defense. Titans now on second down, 2nd and 14 to go. Big play, need to get some yardage. They throw it over the shoulder.
Oh.
Just incomplete. And that
he's
is number 13, I believe.
31.
31, that's Bryce Varner, excuse me. Is something wrong with his knee, it seemed like, on the play. It was just back behind his shoulder.
Just lay that out in the end zone just a little further, and I think we have a touchdown there.
But a good-looking pass by Gavin Grotehouse, but just missed his receiver on the play. Now big third down, 4-down territory here. Big third down for the Titans. Quick pass over to Nolan Gooding, who's going to get tackled.
Nope, he's still up.
Gets about 2 more yards on it. They're going to call him down. The ball came out, but they're going to call him down. It's going to be 4th and 9. You got to go for the end zone in this scenario. No other option. If you go short, you can't risk getting stopped short. You just got to go for the end zone on this play if you're Gavin Grotehouse.
We have enough time here. You'd like to see maybe a crossing pattern, try to get some defensive confusion back there.
You're going to assume they've been bringing the pressure, but
yeah, that linebacker's coming again. We hold up nice.
Good pass, but just short.
Yeah,
They're going to call a penalty. And that's a huge penalty on the Trojans. Did not give Evan Carroll a chance to get it at all. That's going to be an automatic first down for the West Hancock Titans. Titans now setting up on first down.
This would be a good time to see if we can't. Be a good time to see if we couldn't run a play. Try to run off tackle maybe.
Yeah, Titans now with 1:30. I do think they're going to go back to that run play, as you said. Try to waste some time. The Trojans have been offensively, they've been moving the ball very well. Now, I don't know if they could score a touchdown in 1:30. They have a very slow-paced style of offense, but if they do get the ball back, you never want to give it back into their hands with enough time for them to score in this scenario. If you're the Titans, you really want to score here, get the ball back in the third quarter and start off with that hot tempo that you are on.
Yeah, priority number 1 here for the Titans, obviously score. We'll worry about the time left and what the Trojans do on offense if there's any time left. There's some confusion here on the field. There was a penalty in the end zone for pass interference, but they're calling it.
They're going to give it.
It looks like they could be giving the ball to the Trojans here.
The timeout by the Titans on the play. It does seem like some confusion, though. I am confused myself because I believe the rule is if it is a defensive penalty in the end zone, it would at least be 4th down. But I believe it would be an automatic first down for the Titans. It's at least 4th down, though.
Okay, so I think that's where the confusion's coming in play. It looks like it's going to be the Titans' ball, but they are not giving them an automatic first down.
So no automatic first down for the Titans, but going to be 4th down.
The down marker is saying 4th down, so
it's going to be 4th down and about 4, most likely in this scenario.
What's the deal?
Calling for Grayson Conkright to come out on the field. Caden Amon going to head off. The coach is wanting an automatic first down, but it's going to be 4th down. You cannot, some rules defensively with penalties is you cannot end the game on a defensive penalty, and clock does not run on a defensive penalty. but in this scenario, they don't get the first down. It was 4th and goal, so it's about 4th and 4 now on this play. Pass over the middle. Gage Scott drops it, hit his hands. It's going to be incomplete. Trojan football. Or it was number 4, Evan Carroll, excuse me. That's a big turnover on downs on the Titans. Got all the way down there to the end zone, could not finish. Defensively now, you're looking for a turnover or a safety of some sort here. They're backed up within their own 5-yard line. But really great job by the Trojans there to stay strong and get the stop.
Minute 27 on the clock.
You're going to assume they're going to be run heavy. Running up the middle, gets about 3 yards on that carry, 2 or 3 yards. Going to be 2nd and 7. It's going to be timeout Titans. Coach Dorothy trying to get the ball back possibly.
Yeah, that'd be the only reason you call a timeout in this situation. You're thinking your defense can hold them here. I'm a little confused still on that penalty in the end zone. You would think that had been a first down. I'd like to be in the officials' huddle there to get an explanation.
We got about 1:19 left in the second quarter of play here in Hamilton, Illinois. The first home game of the year. West Hancock Titans have lost 2 games. First one against Hayworth Hornets, and then the next against the Farmington Farmers. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH LJ Insurance, bringing you every single West Hancock Titans sports this year, every sports game that TSSR covers. We're going to be covering the next 6. You got 9 games in a football season for high school football. We'll be covering the next 6 of them for the West Hancock Titans. I'm very thankful and excited to be doing that for you guys and with you guys this year. Run up the middle, gets about 5 yards on the carry. Got to be 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. Solid gainer for the Trojans. And a Titan player does seem to be down on the field. That's Jacob Martins holding his shoulder.
In that rugby-style scrum we had going on, I think he had a couple heavier guys land on him there.
Jacob Martins, one of the key defenders for the West Hancock Titans. Had 5 solo tackles in their last matchup, 7 in the matchup against the Hornets. He's still down on the field right now. We'll give you guys an update when we come back. We're going to take a break real quick. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and West Hancock Titan Sports presented by LJ Insurance.
Well, I've always had an interest in the medical field, and then growing up, I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
I feel honored for those patients who have chosen me as their provider to begin with. So when they come in, I definitely have to show them respect and try to take care of them the best way I can.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. West Hancock Titan Sports presented by LJ Insurance. It's going to be 3rd and 1. 1 minute, 10 seconds to go. Trojans up 16-0 on the Titans. They hand it off up the middle, get the first down. That run is by Durst. Durst with the nice carry. We have had some communication up here between the coaches and some of the other people up here in the Crow's Nest. And on the defensive penalty in the end zone when it is a defensive pass interference. They're saying that it's supposed to be on the 1 yard line, but we're not experts in this game. That is something we should know.
We are not officials.
Yeah, we are not officials, not official officials, if that's a term you want to use. It's going to be second down. Second down for the Trojans. Big run on the outside. Gets the first down. That's Durst on the nice carry. And they are moving the football. 22 seconds to go here.
Clock's going to stop here with the first down. One thing I've noticed the last couple plays is the players are getting a little chippy here.
Yeah,
really close to the whistle.
Has been some pushing and shoving, it seems like, from both teams, respectively. Titans have had some shoving in this game so far. Great carry by Elwell. Gets close to the first down. They're going to mark him just short, which means
the official is waving his hands here for stopping the clock, so they've stopped the clock.
5.8 seconds on the clock. Titans will receive in the second half.
Okay, they have called a timeout.
Timeout by the Hornets. They only have one left, but isn't that big of an issue here with 5 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. When we go into halftime and when we come back, I should say, we will give you guys some players to look out for, some players that we've really seen from both sides of the ball. If you guys are watching from the Hornets, Trojans.
The Trojans of Elmwood-Brimfield.
I kept on saying the Hayworth Hornets, who was the first opponent of the West Hancock Titans. If you're an Elmwood-Brimfield fan, we're very thankful for you guys to watch. We'll give you some of our players that we've seen so far in this game that have really been helping them today, and also for the West Hancock Titans, and some of their key things that they need to do going into the second half of play. The Trojans right now really just need to keep doing what they're doing.
That is correct. They've got a lead, 16-0. They've run the ball.
Defensively, they've been sound. They had a nice stop there at the end of that possession by the Titans. They hand it off up the middle. That's Durst. Great blocking. Gets about 15 yards. 10 to 15 yards on the carry. But the clock is 1.6 seconds. Timeout, Trojans. You think they're a run-heavy team. They've only tried to pass the ball once. Are they going to try to pass the ball here, or do you think they're just going to try to get lucky with a run play?
Boy, that's a tough call because they haven't, they've tried one pass and it was not very successful. They lost several yards on that particular play. But with 1.6 seconds on the clock, I think what you're going to see is probably a drop back pass here.
In this sort of situations, I would agree. Probably going to see, with their style of offense, might even see a rollout by the quarterback. Try to get to just one side of the edge, one edge of the field. Probably going to be the long side of the field.
One thing I have noticed throughout the first half here is that the quarterback has not kept the ball for a run. So we might see something a little sneaky here. Maybe he rolls out, like you're saying.
Could be a trick play. Titan safeties setting about 20-25 yards back. They're going to hand it up the middle. The alarm goes. That's a good run by Elwell. Gets a first down, but that's going to be the end of the second quarter. The score is 16-0. West Hancock Titans going into halftime down 16. Haven't put up any points on the board yet, but they get the ball to start off the second half of play. We'll be back with your guys' some of our key players. We'll be back with the coverage of the third quarter. My name is Luke Little. With me here today is John Little doing my color commentating with me. We'll be back before the third quarter. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and West Hancock Titan Sports presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back.
I enjoy working at MDH because it's a smaller hospital.
It's just a great environment to be in.
These people are amazing and my boss is amazing. We help each other out. Makes the working environment more enjoyable compared to other places I've worked at.
It's not just like the people that I work with, but everyone in this hospital, they're all very friendly, very kind, very receptive to outsiders and new people.
You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you, and we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family, and sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
I believe our departments here are very cohesive because we are a relatively small community. So not only do we know each other through our professional roles at McDonough District Hospital, but we very much see each other in the community as well. And so I think we have a strong respect for one another, our diversity in backgrounds, but yet all coming together for one common goal, and that's strong patient care.
Working in the emergency room is different from any other part of the hospital because I do a lot of hands-on patient care in a very high-paced, high-energy setting. You see anywhere from a stubbed toe all the way to really intense patients like cardiac arrest, so it's a huge learning environment. We never see the same thing twice, even if they come in with the same complaint. There's always an opportunity to learn, even with your stubbed toe patients.
In the emergency department, if you want to really use your nursing skills and your critical thinking at work, ER is definitely for a new grad. Working here just for the past couple months as an actual nurse, I've used a lot of my nursing skills I've learned in nursing school, and I've used a lot of my critical thinking skills. It makes me feel good about myself, being able to help people that need help, that need to be taken care of.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. So that's probably what I think is most unique. We have a lot of travelers that come here and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys get to do that? Or wow, you get to see that? And I'm just used to the, level 4 and 5 and the more what we would classify as the more simpler patients, not the more complex patients
extremely well. Nurses who work in home care will tell you one of the biggest satisfiers about being a home care nurse is the variety of patients that you see. In one day's time, you may visit a person who has a chronic respiratory illness, then a person who is a cardiac patient, then a wound, and then maybe a new ostomy. So the skill set is a varied skill set, but that's also the same thing that really entices some nurses because they are always learning and they're getting to use many skills and not just in area.
I do pre-op and post-op in the surgery department, and what makes it special is we get a lot of one-on-one time with our patients when they're awake, and I guess when they're asleep too, but more importantly when they're awake. I get to hear their stories, who they are. I'm not from this area, so it's really interesting for me to have that one-on-one time with them. So yeah, I think that's what makes it most special. The thing about surgery, especially at MDH, a lot of our surgeries are outpatient. So we're scheduled 7 to 3:30. So typically we're here early in the morning and then we leave by 3:30. So it's nice, 8-hour shift, Monday through Friday. We get our holidays off and weekends off usually. I chose surgery because I really liked human anatomy. That was one of my favorite classes. During nursing school, I got to observe a couple different surgical procedures, and I just loved it. So in surgery, you have to have a lot of teamwork because there's many different areas that are providing care for the same patient. Surgery, you don't learn that in school. Like you learn everything on the job. So when you're starting out with nursing, like you're fresh, you don't have, any, like you're just in a sponge ready to absorb. And I think surgery is the perfect place for that.
ICU is special because the patients are a lot more ill than they would be on acute care, but you also have lower patient load, so it allows you to really focus in on each patient's care and be able to really take your time with, the drips and whatever the treatment plan is. The excitement about coming to work every day is absolutely, you don't know what's going to be here when you get here.
It takes a special person to be able to jump right in and dive into ICU from the get-go. I mean, I've seen people do it. I've worked with great nurses that have done it, But in my experience, I enjoyed working in acute care, getting my experience, and then cross-training as soon as I can. You know, don't be scared to volunteer and say, I'll do that, let me cross-train. Don't be scared to do that. Just always be willing to experience different things.
I think my favorite part about being in staff development is being able to mentor and collaborate with all the staff, getting to know all the faces of all the staff and be able to work with them to watch their growth. Also knowing how to educate, being able to educate in different ways. You know, people learn differently. Some people are going to learn more auditory, some people are going to need to do more of the hands-on tactile skills. So just being able to adapt that orientation to be able to provide the education where they're going to get the most out of it. I think the biggest thing is being a resource for our staff throughout the orientation, as well as, you know, we're still there as a continued resource throughout their whole employment to be able to continue their education.
OB is the best job I've ever had, probably the toughest job I've ever had, just because it can change on a dime. Everything can be going fine, and then all of a sudden it's not. And you have to be prepared for that. And you have to be prepared to care for two patients at once, one that you can see and one that you can't see. I've had my babies here. I've had one of my babies in this room almost 14 years ago. It's just an incredible amount of teamwork that goes on. It's an incredible amount of trust, and most of the time it's fun to see a new person come into the world and, you know, celebrate with those parents.
OB is exciting, and you never know what can happen and what can walk in the door. But at the same time, you get to really give total holistic care in OB, as in you get to really see the emotional side of patients, and then you also get to help them physically too. So it's just a really good feeling. I look forward to having my babies here someday, because I know that my coworkers / good friends are going to take amazing care of me, and I know the providers will completely support me and my baby as well.
We hope that future nurses of MDH will choose us, and those who are already here will want to continue on, because we have such a strong sense of team, whether it's the teamwork within a department between shifts or interdepartmentally when they do a handoff between one department to another. It's just a very strong sense of team and support for one another, and a great respect for everyone's various roles, because it takes the whole team for all of us to be successful and for the patient to have a good outcome.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
We're up. Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. My name is Luke Little. With me here today is John Little, my partner. We're here in Hamilton, Illinois for the Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans versus the West Hancock Titans. We told you we would come back. We got about 3 minutes until start time for the third quarter. And we got some players to watch for you. You got some Elmwood-Brimfield Trojan players. Who do you have?
Well, I'm going to focus on the offensive line. You know, we could stand here and talk about the running backs, but let's talk about the interior guys. So those three guys in the middle, you've got the left guard, Aaron Brown. You know, he's only a junior, 6'3". It says here in the roster he's 320. He's just been pushing the pile. And you've got the right guard, Nate Schmidt, a senior. Now he's 6'2", and he's 230, according to the roster here. They've done a great job. And then, of course, in the middle you've got a center. He's a little undersized when you look at it, but he understands leverage. And those three guys have been working together. Most of their runs have been up the middle, where they've gained a lot of their yards. And that's where we'll continue to focus in the second half. I mean, that's where the Titans need to kind of pay more attention to that offensive line and what they're doing up the middle. So we'll see what happens in the second half.
And as you mentioned, the offensive line, really the reason why their running backs like Bailey Elwell have been getting so many yards. But you can't take it away completely from the running backs. But the offensive line has been doing a great job, and you need to give those guys their respect because that's one of the hardest jobs physically in sports and you don't get much recognition at all as offensive
Usually it's a
linemen.
hold call.
Normally it's a hold call, and that's the only time people notice you. For the West Hancock Titans, I got a couple of guys myself. So far in this game, Evan Carroll has been very solid as one of the main wide receivers for the Titans, along with Nolan Gooding. Both those guys have been some of the key instrumental figures in the West Hancock Titans team so far today. Gavin Grotehouse, their quarterback, obviously somebody you need to look out for. He's had some good throws here and there, but really hasn't had any standout passes in this game. Really needs to come up with something here today. And defensively, I'm looking at Jacob Martins. Has been one of the most stable defenders so far in their past games. And really today he has been too. Had a shoulder injury earlier in the game today, but really out there, one of the leaders for the defense, having himself a really great day. We're around 30 seconds until we come back for kickoff. Titans will receive here.
I would like to see the Titans come out with Caden Amon, that little speed back that they have. I'd like to see them run him a little bit more. And one thing Gavin might do, I don't know if it's in the game plan second half, but one of the things I haven't seen Gavin do is maybe try to run the ball a little bit here or there.
And he is one of those more athletic types, and he can use his feet very well, but he seems to the only time he really moves the ball or moves with his feet is really on those rollouts.
Correct. I'm kind of wondering if maybe even last year, or not last year, last week he suffered a little injury. And I don't know if maybe they're just, being cautious with him and trying to keep him in the pocket. That could be another reason, but I'd like to see him use his feet a little bit.
Titans set to receive here at the beginning of the third quarter. Kicking off for the Trojans is going to be number 21. That's Johnny Lance. And here we go. The third quarter is underway. Little kind of squib kick, onside kick to the Titans, recovered by Nolan Gooding. Smart play right there by the Titans. I believe it was one of those scenarios that if the Trojans had recovered that, it would have been an onside kick completion.
Yeah, if they would have recovered that, the Trojans would have maintained possession there.
Really good job right there by Nolan Gooding to bounce on it. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Titans on their own 30-yard line. We'd like to welcome you guys back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, West Hancock Titans Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Titans start off, quick pass over to the edge. That's Nolan Gooding. Good block by Bryce Varner right there. Almost breaks a tackle, tries to get a few more yards, gets to around the 43-yard line. Going to be a first down for the West Hancock Titans. That's a Marine Bank and Trust first down.
I'd like to have seen Bryce Varner try to hold that block a little better, but the defender also made a great play. He spun off of it and was able to make that tackle.
He made some nice moves, had really great footwork to kind of throw Bryce Varner off balance, but really great job to get Nolan Gooding a few more yards on the play. First down on the 44-yard lines. Titans looking over to coach for the play. Don't want to go down anymore. Need to score here. 0-2 on the season. Need a win here today.
The official here in the white hat is looking. Oh, okay.
The car is moving. There was some confusion. The car's headlights were on, and they must have been in the eyes of either another umpire or referee, or player. But we're underway here. Quick pass over to Gage Scott. One defender on him, breaks, almost breaks the tackle, gets about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Almost got out, but they held on to the end of his jersey there.
Several tackles today by the jersey.
Several jersey tackles today. Titans normally breaking a lot of tackles, but the Trojans doing a fantastic job at keeping them. A handoff up the middle to Grayson Conkright, gets about a yard or two. It's going to be third down now on this play, 3rd and 4.
We haven't tried that fullback up the middle too many times tonight, but just had a hard time with it so far. Haven't gained very many yards with it.
Grayson Conkright set up in the backfield. They snap the ball. Quick pass over the middle. That's Bryce Varner. Past the first down marker. First down for the Titans. That's Marine Bank and Trust. First down for the West Hancock Titans. That's going to move the chains. Chain gang now working down. Line of scrimmage going to be the 44-yard line. West Hancock Titans trying to get something going here. Down 16-0. Just missed it. I was over to Bryce Varner. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Second down now for the West Hancock Titans, set up at the 44-yard line of the Trojans. Been working on their half of the field a lot today, but haven't got anything in fruition yet. 10:21 left to play here in the third. Almost intercepted. Grotehouse looking for a flag, roughing the passer or something there.
The defender ran the same route as Blake Scott there.
Gage Scott, not older brother.
Gage Scott. Blake Scott is out of high school.
Yeah, older brother of Gage Scott. False start on the Titans. That's going to be on Braxton Scott.
Younger brother of Blake Scott.
Younger brother of Blake Scott there. That ball's going to move back, most likely. Going to be on the Titans. It's going to be a long third down now. Third and about 15.
Hey, they got to regroup themselves here.
They were working
positive play.
They were working well at first, but now with penalties kind of hurting them. It's going to be 3rd and 15. Could be 4-down territory for the Titans. One-on-one on the far edge. That's Gage Scott. They're looking over towards Nolan Gooding. Big pass over the middle. Almost intercepted.
We had 2 wide receivers in the exact same spot, just, separated by a yard or 2. Unsure exactly who the intended receiver there was.
It was a good-looking pass right in the right spot, but a lot of collision. There were 4 players, 2 Trojan and 2 Titan players there, but don't get the first down. It's going to be 4th down, looking like they're going to punt, trying to get them back within their own 20-yard line. Last time Titans tried punting it, ended up getting tackled as it was a broken play. Titans just looking to pin them back within their own 20. 10 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Titans unable to score so far in this game here today. High snap. They punt the ball. Good-looking punt. Going to hit about the 20-yard line. Bounces the wrong way. It's at the 22-yard line. Punt didn't necessarily bounce how they wanted it to, but gets them within the 25-yard line, starting with not the best field position, but could be worse. Trojans offensively been playing very well so far in the game today. Had a lot of luck, or I shouldn't say luck, a very nice job so far in this game running the football. Titans defensive line needs to get something here. It needs to penetrate that offensive line if they're going to want to stop it. Hand the ball up the middle. That's a Durst on the carry. Gets about 8 yards all the way to the 30. Durst having himself a very nice day so far. Really started to show himself in the second quarter and then even longer into the third. Now he's showing himself in the third, I should say. It's going to be 2nd and 2. Hand up the middle. He's fighting for a ton of yards, going wherever he wants. Gets all the way up to the 46-yard line. First down for the Trojans, almost to midfield. What do you think the Titans need to change here in this scenario where they're just getting ran all over with their defense that they're playing right now?
Yeah, it's tough defensively right now. I mean, one thing you could do, bring the linebackers up a little closer, but those offensive linemen are getting to the second level. And I just noticed on that play where the left guard was able to get right onto the middle linebacker.
When you can get to that second level, it helps so much in opening up those gaps, those lanes for the running backs, and they've really taken advantage of it very well so far today. Normally you see some bad cuts here and there, but they're just following the tail of their offensive linemen. This one gets all the way up. I think it's going to be another first down for Elmwood to about the 42-yard line. It's going to be a first down for the Trojans on the Titans side of the field. Trojans now first down. First and 10, 8:42 left to go. Run up the middle, gets about 5 yards on the carry. That's Durst on that one again. A lot of people might call this style of offense that they're playing boring, but there's a lot of intricate details in these styles of offense. You're relying so heavily on your offensive line, and they have to perform to a T on every single play. When you're a running back, you're really just following right behind them, but it is really a great job by their offensive line and their team so far in this game. There's really no reason for them to change their offensive style if they're going to perform this well.
Yeah, I think they just stay the course right here. I mean, they're up 16-0. Just wearing the clock down here, running the ball.
It's third down now. Third and about 4. They hand it off up the middle. Get maybe 3 yards on the play. It's going to be fourth and maybe a centimeter now. They're going to call. It's going to be fourth down. Could be a really big stop here for the Titans. They're looking at it for sure. And they're going to say they're short. It's going to be fourth down, confirmed. Titans need something here, whether that's a false start on the Trojans. They need to just penetrate the line to get something going here.
This is where you need to sell everybody out right here. Middle. Most likely the ball is going to go up the middle. I'm bringing all 11 guys up through the A gap here.
Trojans had no difficulty getting yards in this game so far, and there's going to be a first down for the Trojans. That carry is by number 7, Bo Windish. Tackle by number 12 for the West Hancock Titans, Tucker Coltenberg.
Of course, they ran that through the B gap, so that's why I'm not a defensive coordinator.
That is why you are not a coach, and you're up here with me. 7:14 to go here in the third quarter. First down on the 28. Handed off up the middle. Doesn't get very far. Maybe stops short of the line. They're going to give him a yard on the play, it seems like.
One thing I noticed all day in the entire game with the two running backs that are set out wide, he's not putting the ball right in their belly. It's a little toss.
It's a little pitch every single time.
Yeah, and if they would play in a rainy situation or just bad field position, I could see a lot of fumbles on the ground. They've been fortunate that they've been able to secure the ball every time.
Another tackle by the Titans. Going to be a 3rd and 5 after that carry of about 3 yards. Third down now. Going to call a timeout. The Trojans taking a timeout. Up 16-0, 6:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Coach not happy about something with his team. We're going to take a quick break here in Hamilton, Illinois. My name is Luke Little. With me today is John Little, Emily Hagee on camera. A big thank you to everybody watching. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and West Hancock Titans Sports presented by LJ Insurance.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb. They were so wonderful.
I thought about the staff of MDH. They're all good. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and West Hancock Titans Sports presented by LJ Insurance. It's 3rd and 7, 6:30 to go. They fall back out. They hand it up the middle to Durst. Cuts back, gets about 3 or 4 yards on the carry. Going to be 4th and short now. Big defensive stop for the Titans here if they can get it. Big 4th down. Trojans obviously going to go for it in this situation.
Well, a little confusion there defensively.
It's going to be a flag here. We'll see who this is on. would be a very big penalty if it was on the Trojans.
Yeah.
It's going to be on the West Hancock Titans.
Illegal substitution.
Illegal substitution is the call. That's going to be a first down for the Trojans.
I don't know who that player was that came in late, but there was some obvious defensive confusion there.
So it was illegal substitution or 12 men on the field?
But all I know is he came in late, so it could have been either one.
Okay. Now first down on the 27-yard line, or the 20, excuse me. Run up the middle. They hand it off to number 8, fighting for a few yards. Gets about 6 on the play. That's Landon Klein with the carry. Under 6 minutes to go here. We did just lose our camera here, and I'll get that fixed up for you guys here in a sec.
We got 3rd and 5 here. Looks like the ball's on the 9-yard line. Again, run up the middle. Looks like a gain of about 3 yards. We've got a 4th down. 4th down and 3, maybe a long 2. Looks like 4th and 2. Luke is trying to figure out the technical problem with the camera. Again, run up the middle. And it's a scrum here. He's really pushing the pile. It's close to, we've got one official signaling touchdown, one. They're both staring at each other. It looks like it's going to be just short of a touchdown. They are giving them a first down. Trojans ball here. It's got to be the tip of the football has got to be just right there by the goal line. So it's going to be first down, goal to goal for the Trojans. 4 minutes, plenty of time on the clock here. And again, it's run up the middle, and it's a touchdown for the Trojans. So we got 22-0, and like they've done in the first half, I'm going to assume the Trojans are going to go for 2 points here. Lane Durst with the touchdown, number 24. I apologize for the slowness. Waiting on the officials here. All right, here we go. Ready to play. And the 2-point try is good. Run up the middle. The ball is on the far side of the football field. It's hard to see when they get into a scrum who the ball carrier was. But it is a 2-point conversion for the Trojans. That makes the score 24-0. We got 4 minutes, 32 seconds here in the third quarter. And Luke is back from the camera. And while we're in a timeout here, we're waiting for the Trojans to kick off to the Titans here. Well, we've got 4 minutes, 32 seconds to go here in the third quarter. This is a very important possession for the Titans. We just need to see some momentum. It'd be nice for the team to score a touchdown here. Some positive plays just to keep their heads in the game. All right, players are coming back out here on the field. And they're lining up for the kickoff. Luke's still working on the On the camera, it looks to be a connection between the computer and the camera here. Luke's still working on it. We have not had the kickoff yet. The officials are getting ready. We'll wait for the whistle. And we're ready for play. All right, kickoff down the left side of the field. Looks like they hand it off. Very good kick coverage by the Trojans. All right, looks like it's going to be Titans ball. Look, they're going to be on their own 12-yard line. All right, here we are ready for play. Titans on the 12-yard line. Gavin throws out to the left. Ball was stripped on an attempt tackle, but Titans were able to jump on the ball. Looks like they lost a couple yards.
It's going to be.
Here we are.
Second
I think we've
down.
got the camera.
We got the camera back on. I do apologize for that, folks. I think we had some overheating on some of our equipment here, but we got it fixed for you. We got our camera back up. The pass was over to Gage Scott, who's down on the field right now, but he's getting up to move on his own, so that's always a good sight to see. I will say again, I do apologize for losing the camera. We do promise video and commentating for you guys, so I am sorry for that. But we got it fixed, and we're back on. We got 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter, 24-0 the score. Titans trying to get something to go here. It's going to be 2nd and 12.
I'm so glad Luke's back on the headset here.
It wasn't that difficult, was it?
Just filling it in for the fans while we didn't have any camera work.
It's going to be 2nd and 14 now for the West Hancock Titans. Gavin Grohouse set up in shotgun formation. Caden Amon behind. Drops back to pass. Looks over. Long. And it's caught by Bryce Varner. Over to the 50-yard line. His helmet comes off. Great catch. A really good job defensively to try to deflect the ball, but Bryce Varner comes down with it. And West Hancock Titans are at midfield now with that catch.
Very good sportsmanship by the Trojans. Went and grabbed his helmet. I don't think Varner knew where his helmet even went.
He might not even known it flew off his head. He was so excited after that catch. Really great job there by Varner, and really great pass by Gavin Grohouse.
That ball was tipped by the defender, but he kept his hands ready and was able to make a good catch.
That pass is over to Tucker Coltenberg. Tucker fighting for some extra yardage. The tackle was by number 7, Bo Windish. Had some nice tackles himself defensively. The pass was a little high initially. There is a flag on the field. We'll see who this is on. Might be a holding on the offense. We were looking at some of the rules during halftime and what some of the penalties mean. And on the play earlier in the game before the end of the half, the West Hancock Titans had a pass into the end zone, ended up being a defensive pass interference. The ball should have been placed on the 1 and a first down. Instead, it was halfway to the goal on the 4 and stayed 4th down. So Titans ended up not getting everything they needed there. But this penalty is going to be against the Trojans. We'll see who this is on. I think it's going to be a late hit.
They called unsportsmanlike conduct. I don't know if it was a late hit, but there was some extracurricular activity away from the ball, more towards the middle of the field when the play was out here by the sideline.
The referee was talking to number 3, JT Good, one of the middle linebackers for the Trojans.
Very active middle linebacker. He basically has just been blitzing the entire game.
Still trying to work everything out here. They have the ball originally where the play ended, and they're going to move them forward 10 yards.
Should be 15 yards for
15 yards for the unsportsmanlike conduct on JT Good. It's going to be a first down for the West Hancock Titans, a Marine Bank and Trust first down, and I did miss a Marine Bank and Trust first down earlier as we were coming back with the camera. Speaking of camera work, shout out to Hunter Froman and Chandler Dayton out here getting some work in for the West Hancock Titans. Got some headlights in the end zone on. Could be distracting for some of the players, it seems like.
One thing I would say here with the ball at the 26-yard line is this would be a good opportunity for the Titans to maybe try to throw one downfield. It seems as the field's gotten smaller, their play calling has been a little tougher as far as trying to punch it in the end zone.
They're at about the 26-yard line as of right now, so wouldn't mind to see one of those deep passes into the end zone here. They got a safety, number 7, for the Trojans, Bo Windish. Very active. They hand it off up the middle. That's Caden Amon. Tries to get a spin move. Gets about 5 yards on the carry. 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be second down. Good run right there for the Titans.
Yeah, they run that slot wide receiver across the formation, taking that linebacker's eyes on the other side. And they run right where he vacated.
Quick pass over to Nolan Gooding.
Oh.
Gets tackled. Looked like it could have been a little painful, but nothing showing from Gooding. It's going to be just close to the first down marker. The umpires referees are a little confused themselves, but it is going to be Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans. Under 3 minutes to go here. 1st and 10 in the red zone, working at the 14-yard line. Titans trying to punch one in here, down 24 in the third. Gavin Grohouse steps back. They get through the line, but he rolls out over to the end zone. Catch by Evan Carroll. Touchdown, Titans. But there's going to be a flag on the field. We'll see who this is on. A great catch by Evan Carroll. Got up. And it's going to be a holding on the Titans. Big penalty on the Titans there. It's going to take the points off the board. 2:36 to go. Big holding penalty.
I could tell the officials hadn't made the call yet, but I was just watching Coach Dorothy there, and so upset for the kids there. He was really emotionally upset by that penalty there. He'd seen it, but he's just got to regroup here, make a good play call.
Still going to be first down, first at the 23-yard line. The first down marker's at about the 4-yard line, so 20 yards to work with. They get the play. Titans set up in shotgun, 4 wide receivers. Quick pass over to Bryce Varner. Great block on the edge. Gets back to around the line of scrimmage, the initial line of scrimmage. That block was by number 10, Carter Barnes. Really great job there to get a few more yards. Now second down on the 15-yard line. Titans trying to get some points on the board. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Clock is counting down. Big pass over to the end zone. Almost caught, but it's going to be incomplete. That was over to number 10, Carter Barnes, I believe. He seems to be a little shaken up on the play.
I'm wondering if he lost his air. He come down kind of hard there. I'd like to have seen Gavin maybe throw that a little deeper in the end zone. Should be a
quick pass over to the slot to Bryce Varner. Gets about 5-6 yards on the play. And one of the linemen is hurt, or actually Grayson Conkrite, excuse me.
Yeah, he stepped up. He stepped up right in front of his quarterback here to take on a defender, and went down a little awkwardly.
Titans now on 4th down, 4th and 4, 4th and 5 now. 1:30 to go. Big play here for the Titans. Set up and shotgun, looking over to Gage Scott. Excuse me, not Gage Scott. That's Carter Barnes. They're going to mark him close. This is going to be a first down.
This is very close.
This is right on the line.
Coach to my left here is thinking first down, but
I'll see what they call it. Carter Barnes with a nice play. They're asking the players to move away.
They're going to bring the chain gang out here.
It looks like they're going to bring out the chains. We'll see what the official mark is here.
This is big. It was 4th and 5 there.
This is a very unofficial mark, but
it looks like a first down.
It's going to be a first down for the Titans. The marker's at about the halfway point of the ball. Big first down for the Titans, now working within the 5 in the red zone. It's going to be 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. A minute 23 to go here in the third quarter.
Here's where I'd like to see a run play right here.
Titans setting up in their shotgun formation, but they have their power back, Grayson Conkrite, set up behind. They fake the handoff, roll out, over to the edge. That's Bryce Varner.
Very
caught,
nice.
Touchdown, Titans.
Yes, very nice play.
Really great job by the Titans there. No penalty flags on the field. Bryce Varner gets another touchdown reception.
What a great response by the Titans. They had that penalty that negated the touchdown, but Coach got his guys gathered back together, and they were able to score there. That's a very big score for the Titans.
A really great job there. Thought we were going to see a run. Ended up getting a rollout, and just fast enough, and a really great pass on the run. Difficult pass to make, but Gavin Grotehouse gets it. Big 2-point conversion here, though, for the West Hancock Titans. Down 24-0. They need to pick this up here. Excuse me, 24-6. They motion Varner over, and it's going to be a false snap. I think it hit Varner on the way over. That is a big.
The slot receiver went in motion there and hesitated just a little bit. At the same time, the snap came and deflected right off of his hip.
But big points for the Titans. Get back onto the board. Now down 24-6. Need a defensive stop here. That's something they've been struggling to get in this game. A big, big possession here for the Trojans. They've been doing well offensively. Really need to just keep it down to the basics that they've been running this whole entire game, having themselves a really great job. And props to their head coach, Todd Hollis. If I messed that name up, please let me know. But really done a great job just sticking to what they know and relying on his players in this game today.
One thing I've noticed in the first 3 games is the Titan players just continue to work the entire game. They haven't. I don't notice anybody hanging their heads, because they've been losing. I think the first game they had a couple leads in the first game, but I like these late responses. I think it helps build character with this young team, this new program, and I'd like to just see Coy and the players and the coaching staff just continue what they're building with these kids.
The things that I have seen in the game so far, as you've mentioned, is especially in that first game against Hayworth, they were down, ended up coming back in the fourth quarter, had the lead, was tied, lost the lead. Then they ended up losing by 6, but they had a chance to win at Farmington. They stayed in the fight the whole time, ended up losing 45-20, I believe. And in this game, they really haven't got out of it yet. They need some defensive stops and to score. But the kickoff here, Titans looking for a big stop, maybe a turnover. Good return right here from the Trojans. Gets all the way to about the 36-yard line. Going to have solid field position.
Before that kick took place, I was kind of thinking maybe they might squib it down here, maybe to the side, and hope for a mishandled ball or maybe try to jump on a little bit and keep momentum going, but they decided to kick it away.
There's a minute and 1 second left here in the third quarter. Titans looking to hopefully get the ball back before the end of the third, but we're going to see a lot of runs here from the Trojans. They hand it off. That's number 7 on the run. Gets about 5 yards on the carry. Number 7, Bo Windish. It's going to be second down now for the Trojans.
Trojans have athletes too. They just decide to put them at tailback and fullback and quarterback, so take advantage of their athletic ability.
The tackle by the Titans going to be short of the line, the first down marker.
Yeah, let's see where they kind of mark that one. Give him forward progress, or they're going to mark him. No, they're going to mark him back. So he continued to run to try to gain positive yards, but he actually kind of went back a yard, but still a positive gain for the Trojans. Good hard running.
Big first down here.
This clock's ticking away. I'm sure the Trojans are going to let it go to fourth quarter here before running another play.
It's going to be a big third down. They're going to go for on fourth down, most likely as they have been in the game. I said first down earlier, but that's going to be the end of the third quarter. 24-6, Titans get on the board here in Hamilton, Illinois. Touchdown to Bryce Varner. Has 5 touchdowns on the season, having himself a great year so far. We're going to take a quick break here and come back with your fourth quarter of coverage. My name is Luke Little. With me here today is John Little, Emily Hagee on camera. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and West Hancock Titan Sports presented by LJ Insurance. We'll be right back with your fourth quarter of coverage.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH. You know, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
It's going to be third down for the Trojans here. Hand it off. Looked like possible movement, but they get the first down, big first down for the Trojans on this play. They're going to move the chains forward. First and 10 now at about midfield, just short of midfield for the Trojans. Fourth quarter of play here in Hamilton, Illinois. They hand the ball off up the middle, working, fighting for more yards, but not going anywhere. Gets about 3 yards on the carry. Trojans having a lot of good things happen their way. I was trying to find the right word to say there. A lot of things going their way in this game so far. Offensively, they've been running the ball well. Defensively, they've done a great job holding the Titans to a lot of 4 and outs, 3 and outs, punting situations. They hand the ball off. This is going to be up the middle. Might be number 28 on the play, Matthew Glenn running the ball.
I noticed on that play there, the offensive linemen, their splits were so narrow. Their legs are almost crisscrossed.
When I was looking at the setup, it looked much different. In doing it again this play, it seems like very close setup.
Very tight. Oh, my.
Great push right there from the Trojans.
I feel bad for the defender there, but
that's going to be another first down for the Trojans, having themselves a really great quarter so far, moving the ball well within West Hancock Titan territory. Another first down. They get low on that play, get some legs.
Yeah, they finally threw the flag on that. I don't think they're going to call the play they should here, but that
they're going to call holding.
Okay, is that what the call was?
They're going to call holding on the Trojans.
Yeah, it looks like the offensive player pulled the defender a certain direction. One thing they did miss in the interior of that line was one of their offensive linemen were
chop block.
Should be a personal foul, but with as tight as the offensive line is lining up, it's got to be very difficult for the officials to see some of that interior play.
In this whole entire game, the Trojans have been going low, and that's where you have to go as an offensive lineman. You got to go low. That's where you get all your momentum. That's
all your leverage.
That's all your leverage. That's where you have to go as an offensive lineman. So there are some times where it's not necessarily on purpose. And as you mentioned before, it's when you're holding a block and another person comes in and hits them below the knee. that's where you get the penalty. But a holding call is going to be first down and 15.
Looks like 1st and 17 here. This is big for the Titans if they want to try to get the ball back and put another score on the board. But it's been a little while since we've seen a sweep out to the left. Nice little run out here to the left to get all those penalty yards back.
Yeah, good job by the Trojans on that play, kind of showing something different to the Titans. Get about 7 yards on the carry back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10 now. Really great push right there by the Hornets. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. They get a few more yards on that play. Going to be close to the first down marker, but
just short, it looks like, the way they're marking it.
Just short. Going to be a big 4th down for the Titans.
This is one of those long yard situations, so it's not quite 2 yards, but it's a little longer than a yard. Ball's not quite sitting at the 29-yard line. They need to get to the 28-yard line.
They got the ball. Big, great cut right there. Big stiff arm by number 7. That's going to be Windish on the carry.
One thing I'll say with all the run plays with the Trojans, the running backs have done a great job of securing the ball. I haven't actually seen a football on the ground today from the Trojans, so running backs are doing a great job securing the ball.
Trojans now working on around the 22-yard line. Gets stopped just short of the line. Great. They don't call it. And as we mentioned before, both teams getting kind of scrappy, it seems like, but working here right now.
Yeah, there was a couple plays away from the ball there where I thought maybe an official could call something, but nothing hurt.
Nothing hurt on that play, as you mentioned.
We had a late offensive lineman join the party there. But the defense did a good job of holding tight. It's nice to see a long 3rd down play for the Trojans if you're a Titans fan. I think the Trojans just, with 7 minutes and the clock winding down, I think the Trojans just need to stick to what they're doing.
3rd down, Trojans
toss
work
play.
on the
They're going
sweep.
to try to get outside, and wow, what a nice play by
Bryce Varner.
Bryce Varner, what a great play.
It's going to be a timeout for the West Hancock.
I like to make time for my patients. I don't ever want anyone to feel rushed. I'm happy to sit and talk for as long as they need. And sometimes that puts me behind in my schedule, but I think it's worth it. People know if they need me that I'll be there.
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb. They were so wonderful.
I thought about the staff of MDH. They're all good. This is just the best place for you and your family.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. 4th and 11 here for the Trojans. Big handoff, open field tackle. Carter Barnes just trips him up. Where are they going to mark him? He's going to get it past the first down marker. Big first down for the Trojans. 7:18 to go.
The Titans think this might be their ball here, but he's going to bring out the chain gang here for a measurement.
I believe it's going to be a first down for the Trojans. Really great run on the play. Open field tackle by Carter Barnes. Really nice job. But gets the first down on the play, I believe.
No, he's short. It looks like it's short.
Big stop for the Titans. And
wow, he grabbed his shoestring there and tripped him up.
By the shoestring, great tackle by Carter Barnes on the play.
Well, that was a tough defensive stand. I see a lot of the Titan players running over. You can tell it's getting late in the fourth quarter.
They're gassed.
They're checking their shoulders and their elbows. They look sore. I'm glad they're young boys. They can recover quickly. Unlike myself, I'm a little on the
very old. You
side.
Are not playing football anymore. That is correct. 7:18 to go here, working within their 15-yard line. Getting the play from coach here. Quick pass over to Gage Scott. Gets tackled pretty quick. Gain of about 3 yards on the play.
One thing they need to work on there is the throw. Great throw, but it got Gage up in the air. Wasn't able to keep his feet on the ground. Maybe a few more yards could have been gained there, but
Titans
these
down.
are high school boys, so.
Titans down 16 right now. If they get 2 touchdowns in this quarter, they're also going to need 2 two-point conversions. Big pass up to Gage Scott. They're going to call a flag. Just dropped it. Thought he caught it. It was right in front of us. But 2 flags on the field. This is going to be on the defense, number 30. It's going to be on Dax Alger.
He was step for step for him, but when the ball went up in the air, the defender ran right into the wide receiver there.
Big first down.
Should be an easy call for the officials. They're getting the ball back to the line of scrimmage here so they can mark this 15-yard penalty off.
15-yard penalty on the play is going to be a first down for the West Hancock Titans.
Any positive yardage for the Titans at this point just should be good for momentum.
Marine Bank and Trust first down for the West Hancock Titans. 6:43 to go here in the fourth quarter. Quick pass over to Gage Scott. Gets a block, gets about 6 yards and counting. Around 8 yards on the play. Really great job fighting for yards there. Titans trying to work the ball down the field, down 16, 6:30 to go. Really big possession here.
I thought Gage was going to cut that ball inside, but he decided to go to outside. Was able to get a few more yards.
Gage Scott working one-on-one on the edge. They're going to give it to Gage Scott. Deep pass. Caught. He caught it. Laid out catch with Gage Scott.
Yeah, he's calling it a catch out here in the middle of the field. So
did not know if he dropped it or not. Really great job by Alger, and defensively was step for step with him. Gage Scott lays out, catches it. Really great Marine Bank and Trust first down right there for Gage Scott.
One of the better Marine Bank and Trust first downs this year.
Really great catch right there by Gage Scott.
Here's what's nice about having this thing on YouTube. If you missed that catch, you can just go back tomorrow and rewatch that.
Really great job. 6 minutes to go here. Titans working the ball down the field. They throw it over to the edge. Caught. Nolan Gooding with the catch. Another pass. Marine Bank and Trust first down. That pass was about 33 yards. Ball gets out of bounds. Clock is going to stop. Titans are working the ball downfield. Not scared to throw it right now.
This is where the athletic ability of these wide receivers really stands out. He just went up and got that ball.
They're fighting for these 50-50 balls, but coming down with them. Titans, really big possession here on their 10-yard line. Touchdown, 2-point conversion needed.
Oh, we've got a timeout here.
Going to be a timeout, Trojans. Smart timeout, I might add.
Yeah, I think they probably want to regather the troops here.
We're going to take a quick break here at TSSR Game Time Live, but we'll be right back with the last 5 minutes and 50 seconds of coverage here in Hamilton, Illinois. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
Dry needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
I chose physical therapy because I knew I wanted to be in the healthcare field. I wanted to be able to help patients in some way related to more in depth. We get to know our patients, and that's really what kind of sets us apart.
Welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. A quick word from one of our sponsors, LJ Insurance. At LJ Insurance, we care about our customers and want you to be prepared for the unknowns in life. With locations in Keokuk and Fort Madison, Iowa, we're prepared to help with any of your insurance questions. For a free quote, visit us online at lj-insurance.com or call 319-524-4223 or stop in and say hi. LJ Insurance, locally focused with sound advice. We got 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter of play in Hamilton, Illinois. West Hancock Titans trying to get their first win of the season. Trojans trying to get their first win of the season. Quick pass over to the edge, just out of the outreach hands of Carter Barnes. Titans working right now to get the score back to a one-score game. It's going to be 2nd and 5 on the 5-yard line. Quick pass over to the edge. Out of the outreach hands of Nolan Gooding. No good. 3rd down. It's going to be a 4-down territory for the Titans. 6 minutes to go. In situations like these, you really start to think about the style of offense that the Trojans are playing. They're run heavy. If they get the ball back, could run down the clock tremendously. So you start to think about the onside kick and what the Titans are going to do if they do eventually score. Your priorities are to get the touchdown here in this scenario.
I thought that 2nd down play would have been a good time to hand the ball off to that Caden Amon again, but they decided to throw a corner route.
Aiming for pylons right now. They get through the line. Quick pass over to Evan Carroll. Does not catch it. It's going to be 4th down and 5. Big 4th down conversion for the Titans here.
Looks like there's a flag down here.
There's a flag on the field. Going to be roughing the passer on the Trojans. Automatic 1st down. That is.
Well, we'll wait and see. It should be an automatic 1st down, but based on that penalty in the end zone earlier.
We'll see how they mark this. If they don't give him the first, it'll be 4th down and should be on the 1-yard line.
It should be a 1st down, but the way they called that pass interference in the end zone the first half.
Seems like they may be giving them half the distance to the goal here. They are giving them half the distance to the goal. But it should be an automatic 1st down. Coach Dorothy having a conversation with the referee right now.
I think there's some confusion on
what down, where the ball should be placed. Automatic 1st down. They're giving them the 1st down, but they're not placing the ball any farther. First down. They are going to give it to him. They're on the 3-yard line. Titans working here. Quick pass over to Gage Scott. Far pylon, catches it, touchdown, Titans. West Hancock Titans now 12-24 the score. Big points here for the Titans. And I was wrong earlier. They are down 18, now down 12. Titans need this 2-point conversion here.
Yeah, bring the score within 10. I haven't seen the field goal kicker, but it is a 2-score game if they can get this 2-point conversion.
It's a 2-score game no matter what in this situation. They're down 12 right now, but the 2-point conversion would be huge. They set up, look over to the edge. Gage Scott, slant route over the middle. 2-point conversion is good. Titans down 14-24. 5 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in Hamilton, Illinois. Again, I want to thank all you guys for watching and joining in, watching wherever you're from. Trojan fans, Titan fans, whoever you're rooting for. Very thankful for you guys here today. I do apologize for some of the cutouts that we've had, internet issues and everything else within, but I do want to just thank you. If you did just hear that cannon, that is what they do after every single Titan touchdown, and some fans don't seem to notice that yet as they get scared every single time. But Titans down 10, 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in Hamilton, Illinois. Going to kick it off. Might see an onside kick in this situation.
I'm thinking if you kick it deep and they run the ball, the chances are, like you'd said earlier, they could run the clock out. I think as a Titan here, you probably, if you're a Titan fan, I think you want to see some sort of squib kick. Maybe not the traditional onside kick that you might be thinking, but it looks like he is setting the ball on just in front of the tee. Typically, you'd set it on top of a tee. It looks like the
Trojans are setting up in onside formation. They're looking for the onside kick. The edges are kind of open for the Trojans right now.
I'm thinking this is going to be an onside kick based on the alignment. Now
they do.
Just stayed right on the ground.
Really good job by the Trojans right there to jump on it, get it. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the 47-yard line, 48-yard line. Titans need some stops here. And as we mentioned earlier, really haven't seen turnovers. Had the interception early in the game for the Titans. Resulted in a pick 6. But really haven't seen anything since. Both teams have held the ball very well, haven't lost it. No fumbles, no interceptions since that first one. A run up the middle. This is going to be by Durst. Breaks a few tackles. Tackled by Jake Martins. It's going to be a 1st down for the Trojans. Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans, excuse me.
Looked like he almost got free there. Titans are selling out defensively here. Shoestring tackle by Jacob Martins.
As we mentioned before, Jacob Martins, one of the leaders on this defense. Tackle-wise, their leader. Really good job in this game so far. This gets back to about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10, working at about the 39-yard line. 5 minutes to go. Clock is running. Titans need 2 scores here if they're going to want to come back in this. Second and 9 is the official marking. Titans looking for some stop, but they're just going to let the clock tick away. 4:40 and counting. Do not care about the play clock. Run up to the line of scrimmage. Same formation they've been having the whole game, really tight on the line. They hand it off to Durst again. Gets only about 2 yards on this carry, then thrown back.
Very good play by Alex Brown. I don't know who the penalty's on, but
we'll see who the penalty is on. It would be about a 3rd and 7. It's going to be on the Trojans, or at least they're acting like it's on the Trojans.
Oh, he's waving off the flag.
So no penalty on the field. Going to be a timeout, Titans, as they're going to try to recoup. Big 3rd down. Going to be 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8 on this play. We're going to stick with you guys here in Hamilton, Illinois. Titans really on the downside here. 4:15 to play. They need 2 scores.
This is where that the failed attempt, whether you want to blame the officials or blame execution. If we had scored that 1 touchdown when we had an opportunity with the defensive penalty, much closer game here.
Much closer game. Titans don't get that benefit from the referees. It's going to be long 3rd and 8. Teams going to start coming out of their huddle now. With or with not the refs, you still got to play football. Can't blame them for everything. Titans could have had better execution there. Well, they were on the 4.
Yeah, it was a great pass by Gavin. It was a nice little quick slant pass. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, I think the ball was in the hands. I'm not trying to point fingers at the Titan receiver, but, simply catch it. Then we got to score a touchdown regardless of what the officials did or didn't do.
3rd down. They hand it off to Durst. Gets only 2 yards on the carry. Going to be a big 4th and 6. If the Titans get a stop here, they not only get good field position, but they also got 4 minutes to work with on the clock. It's going to be another timeout by the Titans.
As a football fan, you're kind of rooting for the Titans here. I realize you've got got other fans rooting for everybody, but be an exciting game down the end if they could come up with a big fourth down play here, get the ball back, see what kind of drive they could put together here.
Yeah, it seems like in sports you're always rooting for the underdogs. Both of these teams trying to get their first win, so both really those stereotypical type of underdogs. Titans are down 10 here. If they get the ball back, score, it's really one of those exciting games. If you're an Elmwood-Brimfield fan, if you're a Trojan fan, you just want to win. You want to get out of here. You want to go home, get some sleep, wake up on a Saturday morning, watch some college football. But in these Friday night lights, you're just here for the excitement.
Your kid's out here too. If you're a Trojan fan, you want to see your kid come home with a victory too. So,
Trojan fans looking to seal it away. A first down would be big. Titans only have one timeout left. They
nice penetration.
Hand it off. And a great
nice play.
tackle. Evan Carroll with the penetration from the offensive line. Then Grayson Conkright.
He cleaned it up there on the end. So
really great job. Set him up for the alley-oop. Then Grayson Conkright comes in with the slam dunk. First down for the West Hancock Titans.
Defensively, what I have noticed in this game, even though the Trojans have been extremely successful running the ball, if they Titans can get them in a longer fourth down situation, they've had some pretty good success with stopping them.
They have had a really good job penetrating that offensive line. If you can't really see it on your screen right now, but the safeties for the Trojans setting up about 15 yards back, 15, 20 yards. Quick pass over to Evan Carroll. Good block. Gets close to the first down marker to the 50, then out. Hits Charlie Daden, I believe.
Just missed the equipment table there, but a little friendly fire over here.
Yeah,
the sidelines here in Hamilton are really close to the field. But
that was Kyle Smith, actually, number 63. First down, Marine Bank and Trust first down for the Titans. 3 minutes and 53 seconds, 1st and 10. Working with 50 yards now. Titans trying to move the ball down the field. Another quick pass over to Nolan Gooding. Get a block by Bryce Runner. Gets 10 yards, 15 yards. Working up 20, getting tackled, finally dragged down after 23 yards. Another Marine Bank and Trust first down. Titans are moving the ball downfield at a very fast pace.
This is exactly what you were talking about really early in the game about the Titans finally getting momentum almost a little too late in the game, but we'd like to have seen some of this earlier in the game if you're a Titans fan.
At about the 26-yard line, 3:43 to go. Clock is now running. Titans 26 yards away from the end zone. Hand it off. Another quick pass. He's going to get met very fast.
Nice play defensively.
Really great job by number 33. I believe that's Alger.
30.
Dax Alger on the tackle. Clock is now running. That's almost one of those situations as Gage Scott where you just drop the pass. But you got to have that sense of awareness that you're about to get tackled. If he drops the pass, clock stops. They're looking over. One-on-one, deep pass.
Oh, shoot.
Just dropped over to Nolan Gooding. Clock will stop. Third down on the 33. First down marker at about the 19. Titans need something here. Deep pass.
Don't need it all.
Don't need it all. Don't need it all, but a lot would be very much appreciated. Titans setting back. Not much pressure. Over the middle.
Shoot.
Over intercepted. Almost intercepted, but it's going to be fourth down.
If Gavin would have waited just a second later and threw that a little bit further right, it opened up right over the middle. He threw it a little early. Didn't look like the receiver was looking, but
it seemed like on that play the pressure wasn't as heavy, which could have been something that Grotehouse wasn't necessarily used to. They're going to call a flag. That's a jump on number 73. It's going to be really, really good for the Titans. Ball's going to move forward. Going to be about 4th and 9 now. Offsides.
If you're a Titans fan, you'll take the 5 yards.
Take the 5 yards. You'll take another penalty here if they give it to you. 3:03 to go. Titans have possession. 4th and 10. Big fourth down conversion. They snap the ball.
Oh.
Pass over the middle. That's going to be dropped, and it's going to be a turnover on down on the West Hancock Titans. And it's going to be Elmwood-Brimfield ball with 3 minutes left to go here. Titans now just trying to get some sort of turnover in this situation, but unlikely. 3 minutes to go. Titans are still going to stay in it and fight in this game, but tough situation that they're in right now. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans on the 27-yard line. Under 3 minutes to go here in Hamilton, Illinois. They're going to set up in that same offensive style. Hand it off. Good blocking. Gets up the middle. Gets the first down. And more, and counting to the 50, to the 45. Pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. That's number 2, Bailey Elwell on the carry. Really great job. First down for the Trojans.
I think that might be their longest run from scrimmage today.
Could be their longest run from scrimmage. Really great job. 2:45 left to go. Clock is going to be running. We'll see if the Trojans try to put more points on the board here or not. They're going to run the ball. You can almost bet on that. They hand it off to number 2. That's Bailey Elwell again. Gets the first down to about the 30, fighting to the 25. First down. Clock's
going to be stopped for the first down.
2:36 left to play. They're moving the ball well on the Titans right now.
Oops.
Titans now just trying to keep their heads held high. Down 10, 2:30 to go. Going to be 1st and 10 for the Trojans. They're setting up, letting the clock run. Big first down push, gets about 4 yards. And it seems in this situation they're just going to let the clock keep running.
They're trying their best just to let the play clock kind of run down before they snap the ball. They realize they don't need to score here, but they still want to, execute plays and see what they've got offensively.
Get some touches, get some plays out.
Maybe get some kids in the stat sheet. But at the same time, being respectful for the Titans. It's been a great game.
Been a great game from both teams. They're setting up. 1:40 to go here. A first down would seal it. They hand it off to Elwell again. Gets the first down. And with a couple of kneel downs, that'll be the end of the game. 1:30 to go. Coach Dorothy obviously not happy with the result today, but his team fought down to the last minute. Titans still looking for their first win of the year. Face Macomb next week in their homecoming matchup. Really big game for the Titans. They hand the ball off to Elwell again, up the middle, gets the first down. It's going to be just short of the goal line. Looks like they're still going for a touchdown.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking maybe the coach would have decided to just kneel it down there, but
in this situation, it's going to be a first down, I believe. We'll see what they do here. 1 minute to go. Will they hand it off or just take the knee? Looks like they're setting up in their formation. They hand it off to Elwell. Gets in. Touchdown. There's going to be a flag on the field. Could be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Titans. We'll see what this penalty is.
Holding.
It's going to be holding on the offense. In this scenario, now you got to think they're just going to take the knee.
Well, they should. I kind of thought that they would kneel the ball down there when they had the ball on the 1 yard line.
.54 seconds left to go here in the fourth quarter of play. Titans down 10, 24-14. Trojans going to get their first win of the season here in Hamilton, Illinois. Titans coming back here next week on Saturday. Going to play Macomb.
What time is that game?
I believe.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
I think it's about a 1 o'clock game or a noon game.
Okay, so it's an afternoon game.
It's not as late. The reason they changed it from a Friday night to a Saturday night was officials and getting officials for the game. Luckily, they have them. Trojans are going to snap the ball one more time, and that's going to be the end of the game. There it is. Clock is going to run out. Final score here in Hamilton, Illinois, 24-14. Titans end up dropping another game. Trojans get their first win of the season, 1-2 on the year. Make sure to stick around. We're going to get another interview with Coy Dorothy, head coach of the West Hancock Titans. At the end of the game, he's going to talk with his team. Obviously not the outcome they wanted. Disappointing game, but trying to keep his kids' heads held high. We're going to take a break here, but we'll be right back with you guys once he's done talking to his team. I want to thank you guys all again for coming in, joining us here in Hamilton, Illinois. We're going to be doing all West Hancock Titan football games this year. This is TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. My name is Luke Little. With me here today is John Little, Emily Hagee on camera work. Really great game from both teams, the Brimfield Elmwood Trojans and the West Hancock Titans. Trojans get their first win of the year. LJ Insurance bringing you all West Hancock Titans sports this year. Again, I just want to thank you all for coming out, watching, and supporting. Stick around for the post-game interview with head coach Coy Dorothy. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, y'all.
I enjoy working at MDH because it's a smaller hospital.
It's just a great environment to be in.
These people are amazing, and my boss is amazing.
We help each other out. Makes the working environment more enjoyable compared to other places I've worked at.
It's not just like the people that I work with, but everyone in this hospital. They're all very friendly, very kind, very receptive to outsiders and new people.
You know, work is not just about the job, it's also about the people that work alongside you. And we have the best teamwork. They're like a second family. And sometimes you can't get that feeling other places.
Our departments here are very cohesive because we are a relatively small community. So not only do we know each other through our professional roles at McDonough District Hospital, but we very much see each other in the community as well. And so I think we have a strong respect for one another, our diversity in backgrounds, but yet all coming together for one common goal and there.
Working in the emergency room is different from any other part of the hospital because I do a lot of hands-on patient care in a very high-paced, high-energy setting. You see anywhere from a stubbed toe all the way to really intense patients like cardiac arrest, so it's a huge learning environment. We never see the same thing twice, even if they come in with the same complaint. There's always an opportunity to learn, even with your stubbed toe patients.
In the emergency department, if you want to really use your nursing skills and your critical thinking at work, ER is definitely for a new grad. Working here just for the past couple months as an actual nurse, I've used a lot of my nursing skills I've learned in nursing school, and I've used a lot of my critical thinking skills. It just makes me feel good about myself, being able to help people that need help, that need to be taken care of.
You get the opportunity to see so many different things that if you worked at a bigger hospital, you may not be able to see. So that's probably what I think is most unique. We have a lot of travelers that come here and they're like, oh my gosh, you guys get to do that? Or wow, you get to see that? And I'm just used to the, level 4 and 5 and the more what we would classify as the more simpler patients, not the more complex and in-depth patients. So I think that's what's the most interesting part.
Working in acute makes it so special is the bond that each of us share. We all have a close-knit bond, especially with the ones that I started working out with when I first became a nurse. And the teamwork is tremendous.
Working on acute care as a new graduate would be a great learning experience. We see a wide variety of patients, surgicals, orthopedics, general medical, heart failure, diabetes. It's a wide variety that gives you a lot to learn from. Your basic nursing skills that you learned in nursing school will be used on acute care with all the different patient population, and to put what you've learned in a skills lab to practice with your patient population.
We have a great team of nurses that work in home care. Sometimes in home care we get into some situations where the level of care is very high at home and there's a lot of resources needed. And just setting up a total plan to meet the patient's needs. They can care for the patients extremely well. Nurses who work in home care will tell you one of the biggest satisfiers about being a home care nurse is the variety of patients that you see. In one day's time, you may visit a person who has a chronic respiratory illness, then a person who is a cardiac patient, then a wound, and then maybe a new ostomy. So the skill set is a varied skill set, but that's also the same thing that really entices some nurses, because they feel like they are always learning and they're getting to use many, many skills and not just in one specialized area.
I do pre-op and post-op in the surgery department, and what makes it special is we get a lot of one-on-one time with our patients when they're awake, and I guess when they're asleep too, but more importantly when they're awake. I get to hear their stories, who they are. I'm not from this area, so it's really interesting for me to have that one-on-one time with them. So yeah, I think that's what makes it most special. The thing about surgery, especially at MDH, you know, a lot of our surgeries are outpatient. So we're scheduled 7 to 3:30. So typically we're here early in the morning, and then we leave by 3:30. So it's nice, 8-hour shift, Monday through Friday. We get our holidays off and weekends off usually.
I chose surgery because I really liked human anatomy. That was one of my favorite classes. During nursing school, I got to observe a couple different surgical procedures, and I just loved it. So in surgery, you have to have a lot of teamwork because there's many different areas that are providing care for the same patient. Surgery, you don't learn that in school. Like you learn everything on the job. So when you're starting out with nursing, like you're fresh, you don't have, you know, any, like you're just in a sponge ready to absorb, and I think surgery is the perfect place for that.
ICU is special because the patients are a lot more ill than they would be on acute care, but you also have lower patient load, so it allows you to really focus in on each patient's care and be able to really take your time with, you know, the drips and whatever the treatment plan is. The excitement about coming to work every day is absolutely, you don't know what's going to be here when you get here.
It takes a special person to be able to jump right in and dive into ICU from the get-go. I mean, I've seen people do it. I've worked with great nurses that have done it. But in my experience, I enjoyed working in acute care, getting my experience, and then cross-training as soon as I can. You know, don't be scared to volunteer and say, I'll do that, let me cross-train. Don't be scared to do that. Just always be willing to experience different things.
I think my favorite part about being in staff development is being able to mentor and collaborate with all the staff, getting to know all the faces of all the staff and be able to work with them to watch their growth. Also knowing how to educate, being able to educate in different ways. You know, people learn differently. Some people are going to learn more auditory, some people are going to need to do more of the hands-on tactile skills. So just being able to adapt that orientation to be able to provide the education where they're going to get the most out of it. I think the biggest thing is being a resource for our staff throughout the orientation, as well as, you know, we're still there as a continued resource throughout their whole employment. to be able to continue their education.
OB is the best job I've ever had, probably the toughest job I've ever had, just because it can change on a dime. Everything can be going fine, and then all of a sudden it's not. And you have to be prepared for that. And you have to be prepared to care for two patients at once, one that you can see and one that you can't see. I've had my babies here. I've had one of my babies in this room almost 14 years ago. It's just an incredible amount of teamwork that goes on. It's an incredible amount of trust, and most of the time it's fun to see a new person come into the world and, you know, celebrate with those parents.
OB is exciting, and you never know what can happen and what can walk in the door. But at the same time, you get to really give total holistic care in OB. As in, you get to really see the emotional side of patients, and then you also get to help them physically too. So it's just a really good feeling. I look forward to having my babies here someday, because I know that my coworkers / good friends are going to take amazing care of me, and I know the providers will completely support me and my baby as well.
We hope that future nurses of MDH will choose us, and those who are already here will want to continue on, because we have such a strong sense of team, whether it's the teamwork within a department between shifts or interdepartmentally when they do a handoff between one department to another. It's just a very strong sense of team and support for one another, and a great respect for everyone's various roles, because it takes the whole team for all of us to be successful and for the patient to have a good outcome.
I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I like the feel of community. I like knowing the people that I take care of and knowing the people around me, providing care for someone that you know is in this community and helping them to get better.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there's limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
My experience with McDonough District Hospital was amazing. I have a lot of allergies, complicated by nasal problems. And the procedure I had is Vive-Air. Dr. Sparks was incredible.
The Vive-Air procedure is a radiofrequency ablation procedure. She no longer has to do any medications to breathe, so she gets much more restful night's sleep. And a short little office procedure, and have somebody that feels like it's totally changed their life means the world.
It's a permanent improvement on the quality of your
After my appointment that day, I just made up my mind that I'm going to have my baby here in Macomb and this hospital, because irrespective of where you're from, who you are, it's just their line of duty to make sure they give care, make you comfortable.
I thought about the staff of MDH, they're all good. And you will get all the support you need. This is just the best place for you and your family.
I chose the MDH OBGYN group because I've heard wonderful things about Dr. Smith. And upon entering the office, I really got along with everybody and got a warm feeling. The staff is warm and inviting and welcoming. It's a small community, so it's a really nice hospital to have here in the rural area. I continue to choose MDH because of the relationships I have. I really enjoy everybody here.
Since 1958,
McDonough District Hospital has proudly served the residents of West Central Illinois. We've built new facilities, hired highly trained, experienced, and caring medical staff members, and expanded our service offerings to meet your healthcare needs, all while providing the best possible patient experience. Let us show you why McDonough District Hospital is your community healthcare partner.
Well, interest in the medical field, and then growing up I actually went through physical therapy myself for an injury, and that got me back to playing my sports and the activities that I loved. So seeing that firsthand, I got to see how much physical therapy could really benefit others.
MDH Sport Medicine Rehab is just not for the athlete. We see a variety of ages, getting them from having pain to no pain to get back to their normal activities and their prior level of function.
All right, welcome back into TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. I got head coach Coy Dorothy with me here today. And just first off, thank you for coming up. I know you're busy and everything. So I guess my first question was, obviously, again, not what we wanted, but what are some of the positive takeaways you got away from this game?
Definitely our grittiness again, and responding to the adversity. The kids are great. They never give up, which is, something we see different from last year. We get down those scores, whole different ball game last year. They believe that we can win at any point in the game. And, I believe that reflects the coaches. We're never going to give up on them, and we know they will never give up on us.
Yeah, I believe the score last year was 44-22. I could be wrong, but a much closer game, much more competitive game this year. Next week, you got Macomb coming in for homecoming week. Yep. I don't necessarily want to give away your game plan for that day, but what are some things that you want to emphasize going into that game necessarily?
We have to start off stronger. We got to put up points our first drive, and we got to get a stop our first drive on defense. We got a stop on defense the first drive today, and then we had that costly pick six to start the game, which that's just us playing behind the eight ball. This is the third week, and we've got off to slow starts. So I would definitely say the one thing we want to work on is getting off to a fast start, and playing like we can. Because, everyone knows that we can put up points, and we can put them up quick. So once we get stops and our offense, gels, I think we'll be just fine.
And my last question for you is, you seem to get those really fast starts going for you, and you start to work in a much faster-paced offense, just the hurry-up style of offense late in the game when you really start to come back into it. Is that something you really want to get? Once you get that momentum, maybe if you score in that first drive, is that hurry-up style offense something you really want to get into? Yeah,
definitely. Our boys do it really well, and it catches defenses off guard when you're playing fast and going hurry-up. But, with that is you have to execute, and we shot ourselves in the foot a few times, quite a bit of times with penalties. Offensively, we'd have a few good plays, and then we'd be backed up with penalties. And when you're playing with, behind the chains, that's kind of tough. You'd like to have a second and manageable or third and manageable rather than, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 15. So if we can eliminate the penalties, and play a game, turnover-free football, I like our chances in any game.
Well, Coach, thank you very much. I know we all love what you're doing here, and we're all very, very supportive of what you got going on with this team. So it's just great to see how you just look at the kids out there and how you're supporting them all the time. And I know I love it as a alumni of West Hancock, and I really do appreciate it.
Well, thank you, and I want to thank the community. We had a great fans tonight. The stands were packed, and that's what I want to see, and I know our boys are grateful for it. I don't know when the last time was our stands were packed like that, but that credits to the boys' hard work over the summer and all the off season that the community members, I've seen and have bought in with, just like the players have. So thank you and the community.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Coy.
Thanks.
Well, that's it from here today. This is Hamilton, Illinois. My name is Luke Little. Again, I'm very blessed and very thankful to have you guys just join in and watch. I want to thank our sponsors one last time, Marine Bank and Trust, T&S Farms, And lastly, LJ Insurance, bringing you every single West Hancock Titans coverage that we do. The final score, 24-14, Titans lose, but next week against Macomb, hopeful. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Luke Little. This is TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and West Hancock Titan Sports, presented by LJ Insurance. Thank you all very much for watching. Have a great night.